welcome back to the last lap. Italian Grand Prix 2023 Monza edition. I am joined just by Niran. What happened?
It was a calculated journey from myself. I came back from Liverpool today, ladies and gentlemen. We're on 4 hours sleep, straight off the train. And then the taxi shafted me. But we're here regardless. We power through. Red Bull later on needed.
Well, Red Bull needed for you. Maybe a Red Bull win to make it 10 in a row for Max Verstappen
potentially. That's good
as well.
That's good.
And we are joined back again. Super well received last time we had you two on, by the way.
What a clam.
Let's go.
Shez, Cam, how we doing, boys?
Brother, I'm all right, man. Surviving out here, ready to pod and talk Monza and argue and beef.
Of course.
As always.
What we do.
What
we do.
What else?
What argument? Forza Ferrari, right? There's only one talk in town this weekend.
That's what you think.
Forza Ferrari, grazie ragazzi. Carlos Sainz, pole position.
Not a bad bloody lap, Tommo, either.
He's been on it this weekend,
He
hasn't
didn't
he?
have the draft, did he?
Yeah,
as
he's
well?
he's been killing it, man. He has
What a
been
boy.
killing it. Epic sector 2, second chicane. Chef's kiss, Tommo. Fair play to the lad, man. Fair play to him.
Do we think that Max was maybe holding a little bit back in that final run?
Do
Just
you reckon he's
little...
toying with them a little bit? He's bored. Just like, I might start from
I think
second
he's
today.
bored, but Max doesn't do that. does he?
Oh well,
He's a winning machine, Shez. Why would he do that, bro?
Just leaving a bit of margin.
Look, we've seen this before where Red Bull maybe, come up a bit short in qualifying, but you're optimising the car for the race.
Yeah.
Because that's where and you can argue. Well, this was an interesting debate actually, because Piastri was saying that he doesn't think qualifying is actually that big of a deal at Monza because you can make up positions easily. And then Davidson disagreed.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I can't actually remember who said what. But basically, what do we think? How big is qualifying at Monza?
Wow. If you look at the stats, I want to say 15 of the last 23 victories have come from pole at Monza, right? So that's 65% lick. So you want it round here. You want to drop it on pole or the front.
But the effect of DRS is less.
I think it's the potential of it always. Like you go into the Monza weekend thinking this is going to be a draft special, and it often isn't. Like last year, it wasn't a particularly overtake heavy race, and they tend not to be, despite what we expect to see. I think that first corner is just tight enough that you get a bit more of a bottleneck than you expect to see, and it's never quite as exciting as you expect.
But it is naive to set up your car for qualifying.
Well, that's what everyone's doing, Tommo, apart from bloody the bulls that are red, right?
The balls that are red.
Who once again have rocked up with a medium downforce setup, while the other ones have got basically no wing on. They're taking the mick, right? That RB19, far too aerodynamically efficient, is it? They take that at a different level.
I think this is
completely different level.
I think this is the low downforce version of Hungary. That in Hungary, Lewis strapped on a bunch of downforce and got pole by 0.003, and the Ferraris have gone in the opposite direction here because it plays to their strengths.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, this is the race that Ferrari wants and need to deliver, if any, right?
FOC, yeah. You know what a big problem is, though, and one serious major issue that's going to be a massive flaw for Ferrari today. Nico Rosberg took a picture outside and he said Forza Ferrari. It might be a wrap, lads. The Nico Rosberg curse is back. Why would he do that?
There's so many curses, though. The Monza curse. That's chaos. Plus 25 years, nearly to the day that Enzo Ferrari's died. Like it's techie. And even the only other time that a team came close to winning all the races, McLaren 1988. The one race that they didn't win, Monza.
So, am I losing my mind, boys? Or can I hear something?
Can I
hear something playing? I can hear it's like jazz.
Yeah, it was
It's
my
like
phone.
Gran Turismo smooth jazz.
Yeah, it was my phone. How long's that been playing for? Has that been playing the whole time?
Because I've got the earpiece in my right ear, and I thought I could hear something in my left.
Pause now. Don't worry about it. I don't know why.
Is this some like 4D audio coming at me?
I've got like jazz just playing out of my phone for no fucking reason. My AirPods are in my pocket, just calm, chilling. But no, my phone's like, nah, I'm
That's
good.
just part of the ambience.
Yeah. That was some lift music.
That was some serious lift music.
I thought I could hear it, but I thought it was from my headphones. I was like, the guy have gone in with the jazz today. Jeez.
Well, listen, look, maybe we'll get something special today. Maybe we'll get some smooth jazz at the end.
When
if Ferrari win this race.
Nice.
Mate.
What do we? One question I wanted to ask, because I am actually in two minds about this, because the idea, particularly of Carlos Sainz winning at Monza, considering how close he came in that McLaren in 2020, I want this win, Tom. He didn't get the win. In a Ferrari at Monza, vibes. But for Max to get this close to the record and not beat it, I would kind of be a bit gutted for him if he didn't do it. So I'm kind of in, I don't really know what I want.
Neither of them. And through
Alex Albon wins! I don't want that one.
That is true.
How do you how do you always feel about it?
I mean, the longer it goes on, and the closer we get to the final race of the season, the more I'm like, I kind of want to be here when that happens. When
When he gets 10.
not just 10. I'm.
The whole season.
But if he,
Yeah,
but if he won't get 10 if he loses this one, right? There's not enough races left.
But that's what I mean. That's why I'm.
But it could carry on to next year as well. There's no.
It's not the same, though, Tom.
No,
You
no,
won it
but
in
winning
season,
in
right?
season,
Yeah, but I mean, the record would extend.
Yeah.
If he won all the rest of these races and carried on winning next year, the official record would extend beyond.
Bro, I kind of want him to get. I want to say that I was there when.
That's it.
When he got the. That is any which way you want to cut it. Fast car, rocket ship, Red Bull are killing it. Adrian Newey settings. That's an incredible achievement, bro. I want to be there. I want to tell my kids that I was there when Max got 10 in a row.
And if there's nothing else to cheer about this season, if you were the person, if you were there in the season when Red Bull won every race, I mean, that'd be something.
You know what it is? This season has been so dominant that it almost makes it completely insignificant if he doesn't get that record.
agree with that.
Like, what was the point?
was the
then?
point?
What was the point in being so dominant if you're not even going to come away with it? Win every race. Do it.
No, I
Do it with chess.
Well, look, Shane thinks all the curses are going to cancel out and Max will win by an hour.
By an hour. He's actually started the race already.
feasible. If they turn the car to 12, I mean, we haven't seen it. Hey, that car's they got pace in hand. Let's be truthful.
And that's the thing as well. Yeah, like Max is going to win this Drivers' Championship. Of course, Red Bull are going to win this Constructors' Championship. Of course. So in terms of what's the motivating factors behind driver and team, it's surely these records that will live long. And look, again, coming into this this new era of cost cap, and the whole point was to kind of stop this kind of domination happening. But again, look, for me, it is more down to particularly Mercedes and Ferrari fumbling. Seriously, Red Bull have been on a trajectory that they started at the start of last season, haven't really deviated from that. You look at the RB18 at the start of last year in Bahrain testing, you look at it now, I mean, there's of course there's changes. Of course it's evolved, but fundamentally it's pretty much the same car.
Yeah. I mean this is a very Adrian Newey kind of thing, isn't it? That even in the 90s, his cars, once he hit upon a concept that worked and was making that car dominant, he just evolved the car, and everybody else was just playing catch up to that. But the thing about Max winning his 10th and Red Bull winning every race, that it adds a little bit of jeopardy to each race, however tiny that jeopardy.
We've got to find a storyline. Either way, do you know what I mean?
Niran, I can't believe we're getting onto this topic straight away. How dare you not appreciate this Max Verstappen dominance? You need to appreciate it. Otherwise, you should go and watch another sport. How very dare you? You casual. You filthy casual, you. Go and appreciate Max Verstappen. Come on. That
was a beautiful monologue there.
Yeah, it was. That was Shakespearean,
way to condescend the whole of the F1 fan base. I don't know. There are redeeming features in there, but I'm not going to be the one to tell you or you what you should appreciate from what you shouldn't appreciate, right? Some people will be wanting blood and guts like 21 was. Some people will be happy that they're seeing excellence and 10 straight, and it is what it is.
And you know what? It's not abnormal to look back on these periods of domination in any sport, periods of greatness in any sport, and you always look back on it more like warm, more fondly, because at the time, Vettel was getting booed all the time when he was winning constantly. Schumacher, he had, you either loved him or hated him. He had a very divisive. Even I remember when I was a kid back then, just like the sentiment was so split.
But the new thing here is that it's being pushed so hard, as Cameron says, that we need to appreciate what we're seeing. Like that wasn't there in the previous dominant eras. Like it was, you got bored. You watched it. And then there's been some.
I was looking for a video I came across. If you look at the '92 season, so 16 races, Mansell won the title in the Williams. He retired from 4, 25% retirement rate in the early 90s was actually all right. That was about normal.
Yeah, engine blew up all the time.
Of those remaining 12 races, he won 9, and he came second 3 to Senna, Schumacher.
Dominated. I remember the 92 season, lest I give away my age, and it wasn't. No. Obviously, you had the Mansell storyline that he'd been so unfortunate previous seasons, but it wasn't. It was similar. Mansell, Vettel, Schumacher, same thing, man. Monopoly happens in F1 and all sports. Full stop.
It's what makes those seasons like 2021 so great and like 2012 and whatever, because then you actually have like the crazy battle without the seasons of like a bit of domination or a lot of domination. You don't get the ones that you actually truly appreciate.
Yeah, you don't know what you've got until you've
got it.
What's
something along those lines until it's dead.
Whatever lies.
Car parts or something. But I do think this will be a season that gets paid forward later. That all of the stuff that we've learned about, there'll be some really, really hungry drivers. There'll be some really, really hungry teams. When battle commences, when there's a bit more competition, it'll be pretty epic.
But will anyone still be watching Shez to appreciate it? That's the question. That's the question. How long is too long for dominance to go on? And remember, you're right. Nobody was talking this stuff about Schumacher back in the day. But let's remember that the way that the land lies with the fan base is very different now to what it was then.
True,
right?
but
much less diehards as versus Drive to Survive.
But we did go in from a fairly monotonous 2020 season into a 2021 season, and people came in their droves. And if you give them something to watch, I think people will come. And right now, as I keep saying, there are narratives to talk about.
As a die-hard, though, Shez.
I think Drive to Survive, what it did do is open up the door to lots of people, and many came through and probably remained a casual viewer and may have fallen off this year. I've spoken to a bunch of people who kind of always ask me kind of about what I do, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not really watching it this year because it's just one driver winning all the time.
Yeah.
But there will be a percentage of those Drive to Survive fans who converted there who have become diehards and are going to be sticking around for this season. Sure. And ultimately, you've got to play the long game with this as well, because you're going to get peaks and troughs in any sport.
100%.
And this is one of those periods of, from a competitive point of view, it's a trough, of course. Yeah. Of course, it's but again, when you look beyond who's winning, and we're always drawn to who, it doesn't matter what sport it is, right? You can have a super, again, football analogy, you can have a super intense title fight, but you can still have great battles amongst like mid-table teams.
Yeah, exactly.
And great individual matches that have their own storyline baked into it.
It's techie though. You sound like the F1 propaganda crew. You sound like you're saying, there's great battles going on for the mid-group.
Exposed, paid by Formula One. That is true.
Stefano, stop calling me when I'm on my live stream.
We can't hide it anymore, guys.
There's fantastic battles going on in the midfield, and there is. But who am I to tell you, Tommo, that you need to care about that? If you're only concerned for battles for first, second, and third, that's the way that you ingest your F1, and I'm not going to be the one to say, no, you need to go and appreciate F1 because what Max Verstappen is doing at the moment is absolutely incredible, unprecedented. I'm not doing that, and I
Twitter accent's fantastic.
Bruv, I reject. I reject that. I don't like it, and it's
what's Guy saying, Niran?
Big game today, Niran. By the way, £20 on Max and not to finish.
Oh my!
Interesting bet for a start.
Look, it can happen, right? We saw. Did you boys watch the F3 sprint? I think it was. Paul Aaron had contact, flat tire, and spun, and basically just bowling balled into not crazy high speed. He got it slowed down a bit, but he did take out a good 2-3 cars.
Nice, good stuff.
It can happen,
True, but Monza's a bit like Baku, right? If you have a dodgy F3, F2 race, the F1 drivers all go, ooh.
True, they learn. They learn from the youngsters,
They do, actually. Yeah. Baku's always the one for that. Just let the F2 guys go out, just obliterate everything. It's like, okay, let's not do that.
And if they don't, we'll be the bowling pins.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do we think Max needs to approach this race? Because he's starting P2, he's got a Ferrari ahead / alongside, and another Ferrari behind / alongside him. Like, how does he? Because they're going to be super motivated, obviously, Charles and Carlos, to hold on, and he's the one with the most to lose ultimately.
He'll want to risk manage it, Tommo. Like he said, right? He doesn't need to make it into turn one or even complete the first lap in first because he's got the machinery underneath him, right? and they'll have the medium downforce setup, which will mean less tire deg. So he can play he can afford to play it, afford to play it.
But when you've got a missile in a straight line, that always gives you something to defend with.
So the Ferraris probably did have a little bit extra when they opened their DRS versus the Red Bulls. But if Max goes into the pit straight second, he's going to have DRS on lap 3, and the Ferraris are not, and it's not.
DRS has no value when you're leading. So.
Yeah.
This is
It's also race pace. And will Sergio Perez be involved? That's the question. Will we see him actually assist Max in battle? Because
I mean, we should. Whether we will or not.
Did you see Lewis's comments, by the way, about his teammates this week?
Lewis, man. I'm sorry, man. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he
of course
knows
he does.
exactly what he's doing. Just
Yeah, of course he
unprompted,
does.
just stirring.
Yeah, you know, my teammates have been Nico Rosberg, Fernando Alonso, you know.
But the joke is, Niran, he didn't even mention Nico, the bloody
Did he not mention Nico? The quote has Nico, right? He actually said
He
it.
went through all of them. Yeah, I can't remember. There were loads of Freudian slips in there. Even he goes, I don't. When he was doing the comparison, he goes, I've had tougher teammates than George, and then he was going to say George, and then watch it back. I'm telling you.
Oh, no, that's a howler.
This is how bored we are.
I know.
Yeah.
Micro-analysing.
But he was meant to say George.
Techie.
But this is what you got to do, right? It's take over the
That's the
narrative.
only. Yeah, this is the drums. That's the only bit that we're getting. Do you think he was right though, chaps? Do you think his?
Well, he's been in F1 a lot longer.
True,
So
but
Daniel Ricciardo's a tough teammate.
All of his teammates, because I think he was saying all of his teammates are stronger, like as a package.
As a package, yeah.
Are stronger than
anything
that Max is.
So
I bore
like that. I agree.
No, I bore that. So as a package, cool, but I bored it down to, I think the weakest ones, Bottas and Kovalainen versus Checo, right? Nobody on the back of 21 is going to tell me that Checo isn't as strong in the clutch as Bottas.
Oh, hold on, we're doing it the other way around.
No,
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we're doing it from as in bad v bad.
But also, how much of it is Max making these drivers look really bad?
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, again, Hamilton, Bottas, 5 years together. Bottas out-qualified Hamilton about 30% of the time, which is significant. And Checo's got nowhere near Max. Now, is that because, and I think that dominant Mercedes as an overall package, being a low-rate car, longer wheelbase, probably a bit less of a difficult car to drive than the Red Bull inherently has been, and hence why Max has this freakish style that everyone seems to like. Albon's talked about this, like loads of people have talked about how on the nose he likes it more than, imagine like on your computer putting your sensitivity up to max and then trying to you know what I mean? That's how Max likes it. So that's good, that plays into it as well, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and I guess, okay, so that is a point, but ultimately you're still talking about double and single world champions coming into a team.
Yeah, versus Gasly and Albon.
Yeah, Gasly and Albon.
But
Gasly was in his second year. Albon was still in his rookie season when he got in that Red Bull.
Yeah. So if you take it as at this point, was this driver? You're not talking about Albon in a Williams right now who's tearing it up. You're talking about an Albon, half a season into his F1 career. Is that the same as going up against even Kovalainen?
Oh, bro, but that's a different. That's a non-point. It's a non sequitur. What are we even arguing about? Of course, Lewis has felt champions for the most part. Jensen, Alonso, but I didn't interpret what Lewis semantics, right? But I didn't interpret Lewis to have said that. I think he's saying every single one of my teammates are stronger than every single one of Max's teammates.
I think that's not true.
I don't know. Why was Lewis bringing this up? What provoked this?
I think it was unprovoked.
I genuinely don't know.
I'll be honest. I think it was unprovoked.
That's the only clip I've seen.
I'm trying to think of the start.
Was it something to do with like how Max is? Because I'm sure there was a comment about like, oh well, sometimes I beat Bottas by like 5-6 tenths, and no one would talk about it.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
I think I've read that somewhere.
Yeah. And I think that was from an extended.
In the clip that's on the YouTubes. The start to that piece was
That's what my mum calls it. You work on the YouTube, Thomas. Well done.
So Lewis was saying that What Max is because I think they're talking about the appreciation narrative. You must be impressed by what Max Verstappen is going on with. And Lewis's response is, I'm no more impressed by what Verstappen's doing than I was Alonso and Schumacher back in the day. Yeah. He was just saying that dominance is dominance, and if you have a rocket ship, effectively, not
a reliable rocket ship,
that it's not that hard, right? So I feel like Lewis was kind of diminishing Max's achievements a tad. Yeah. But if you're going to do that by comparison to Schumi, it's like
this just strikes me as whole Messi versus Ronaldo. Like, just enjoy what we have.
Just enjoy them both.
It doesn't have to, like, one's not washed and one's like amazing. Like
great though. We're having an entire conversation. I live for this stuff.
Hit the gas.
Fine, they're both washed. They're both.
Let's just agree that they're all washed.
They're all washed.
There's only one driver on the grid, and he drives for Williams.
Facts.
Alex.
Logan Sargent.
Logan.
Logie.
Bit of a difficult qualifying for him, wasn't he? He got into Q2, but P15, he'll be starting today.
Yeah, I feel like there's just little bottles, like mini bottles from Logan when it kind of counts. There's been pace there last 2 Grand Prix, but then it gets to...
Don't get it into quali 3 and dump it in the wall, right?
I think your boy Alex is making situations worse than that. You know, if everybody's underperforming at the back of this class, it's like, well, teacher won't notice, but as soon as Albon starts nailing it.
Yeah, as soon as someone starts getting grades, it's like,
hold on, Logan. How's he doing this now, and what are you playing at?
This does remind me a bit of Gasly Tsunoda first season. When Gasly was taking Yuki, it was 21-1 in qualifying. And I think it was like 110 points, like 32. And now Yuki's come good because he's been given the time. And I think now, I think Yuki's great. Like, for me, he's top half this season in terms of like form.
Yeah, he's been smashed. And
he was given the opportunity to grow and develop. I think, I did a video about this talking, are Williams the kind of team who can afford to give Logan the time, or do they need to almost do a Haas where they were like, nah, bun the rookies off, man. We're going in with experience, and it's paying dividends with Hulkenberg anyway.
I think it's a different dynamic at AlphaTauri there, isn't it? In that AlphaTauri there to develop their drivers, right? And having Gasly as a benchmark was great. Now, in a weird way, Tsunoda has become the benchmark because he's just the longest serving driver there. But Gasly was good in that team because he was comfortable in that team. The difference between him and Albon is that Albon's had only been there for 1 season before Logan turned up, and I think he's doing a far more impressive job than what Gasly was doing, given his tenure at
well, we saw when Gasly got dropped from Red Bull, went to Toro Rosso, and then got that P2 in Brazil. His head was gone after. I can imagine, right? His head would have been gone after getting dropped from Red Bull, and
turning point.
Immediately, he's able to bounce back and be fantastic in the Toro Rosso.
Yeah, he didn't do a Daniel Kvyat. Put it that way.
No.
Yeah.
Gosh, how dare you?
Mad. Kvyat superiority. You know what it is with Logan Sargent? Yeah, I think we mentioned it last time we talked about him. Unless you're gonna slap Alex Palou in the car or something, I really don't know. There's just no one that's better.
Is there not?
Vesti, I don't think Vesti's an upgrade. I know is he second in F2 right now?
No, or is he crashed out the feature race, unfortunately. So he is second now. Yeah, Paul Scher got
third.
An
upgrade. I don't think he's an upgrade. So it's one of them where it's like, unless you can find an experienced driver that will actually do a job, of which there's not that many around right now.
Yeah, which Hulkenberg kind of was that
Hulkenberg was available.
Yes.
I think they could get away with giving Logan a second season. And if he's performing like this halfway through a second season, bam.
James Vowles has said it's in Logan's hands. If he steps up and delivers, then he'll keep his seat for next year. But if he doesn't,
that always feels
like the problem.
He's put the Bunsen on
just
underneath him.
The vote of confidence. You're fired. At 2 in the morning.
Where there was very little confidence in the first place. He's been pretty loud in saying it wasn't my driver in the first place.
And it wasn't.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it was Josh
That's
Capito.
the bloody
and
mate.
He could have gone to Mercedes after the F3 season when him and Porsche and Piastri were fighting, and they gave him a couple of days in the sim and they decided not to take it.
Oh, mate, the sword of Damocles.
Mercedes, when Vowles was still at Mercedes.
It's a bit techie.
Who was doing driver recruitment at that point? It was Vowles.
Oh, mate, the writing is on the wall. Logan,
it might be game over.
But ultimately, for me, the Vowles' approach to it, I can't critique him at all for it, because he's been very supportive of Logan, especially in this first half of the season. Very arm around the shoulder, at least publicly. And yeah, he's starting to But I mean, he's had what? This is the 15th Grand Prix of the year. Like, I think there is, and you could argue this is unfair, right? But the competition for F1 seats is higher than it's arguably ever been. So if you don't, like, these teams aren't obliged to give rookies 3 seasons. They're not. They're obliged to operate in their own best interest. And for a team like Williams, who are recovering and they're seeing the points that Albon's bringing in, and they're like, well, maybe we could fight for P6 in the constructors next year with Alpine. If we had 2 Albons, maybe they could get somewhat close. Like,
But you'd explode if there was 2 Albons.
How would you?
Don't get me started.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Tommo, but it's sad. That fills my heart with sadness, the nature of the beast that is F1. It's very cutthroat, isn't it, man?
But I think that's a job of every team up and down the grid, not just Williams. You always have to be looking out for the next big thing and the driver that's going to maximise your points. And I'm sure even Mercedes that have signed their 2 drivers for a further 2 seasons would have been thinking about, well, is there anyone else that we can put in the car that's better than what we've got at the moment?
Apparently not, if you're to believe Toto will right, but... So, guys,
boys, shall we have a look at our predictions that we've put together?
I think we shall.
Oh, wow. Okay,
oh, Tommo, you're the only one saying that the chain is being broken.
I've
today.
gone with my heart.
That from you.
I've gone with my heart.
Not your head.
No,
I love that.
P1,
No.
P2 Ferrari, Grazie
P1,
Ragazzi, up the
B1.
Tifosi. I'm seeing some good Albon prop there as well, apart from you, Shez.
I feel like ours are pretty similar.
Are those my predictions?
Oh, have you got Cams as Shez's and Shez's as Cams?
Yeah, I think that might be
so.
it.
So you, Cameron, why no Albon in the top 5? How dare you?
better drivers, better
That's
machines.
outrageous.
Whoa, good thing you're the other side of the table, man.
These are the facts of life, Tommo.
There we go. There we go.
Sensational. Good stuff.
Switcheroo.
Love
I
that.
thought I was being controversial by putting Charles Leclerc ahead of Carlos Sainz, actually.
I think you are being a bit
I
controversial.
think a little bit. Carlos Sainz has been on the ball. I forgot Liam Lawson starting P12 today. That's crazy from him.
You know what? Yeah. Shout out Liam Lawson. What results?
It feels like rookies.
Yeah, back to back.
The rookies at the moment all over the grid, right? Lawson, Piastri put 2 tenths on Lando, which again, massively worthy of mention.
Yeah. Very impressive from him. Obviously, Albon in that rocket ship of Williams has got P6.
George Russell P4 as well. Did a good job.
There's some really good performances
lap.
in qualifying this week.
Fair play, George. I know all the why is it the newbies?
Tell you what, Piastri, I'm very, very, very excited about.
Mate, he's smashing it.
Yeah.
Lando's the demon around here.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Yeah,
and put 2 tenths. And by the
crazy.
way, again, if we're talking numbers, most of the season it's been like 1/10, 2 tenths the other way in quali, right? Lando's been outdoing Piastri. Are we seeing like a change? Mate, I don't know. Well, I didn't see a mistake per se on Lando.
We're going to have to get Piastri in squadron.
I think, there you go. Wow, that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Both of them. Yes.
Or imagine just a quadrant video and it's just Oscar.
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
Lando. And like, just
Wow, just replaced.
don't mention anything. No, I think by next season I would expect them to be on a very much a level. I mean, you got to remember Oscar, junior career-wise, at least in open wheel formula,
mate,
like,
similar.
quite a bit more impressive than Lando. Like Lando was great, don't get me wrong, but Oscar.
This is
Back
it.
to back
3
to back
back
to
to back. And the thing that set him out was how he was able to adapt and change what he needed to. He wasn't a qualifier, and by the end of his rookie F2 season, he was getting all the poles.
Well, you have to be seriously adaptable, don't you, to just win, then win, because you F4 totally different to F3, completely different to an F2 car. So you really have to be adaptable to win your rookie season.
He's showing in F1 that he may not have started the strongest, given the car, but he's starting to do the business now.
So we've got everyone on mediums apart from Lewis on the hards and Valtteri on the hards. So Mercedes are trying something a little bit different. Cam, you seem astonished. Also, I noticed on the reconnaissance lap that Leclerc locked up going into the first corner
that's
as
good
well.
from him. Might as well get prepared for what's to come. You know what I mean?
Get a nice flat spot ready.
Yeah.
Why are Mercedes contrarian for contrarian's sake all the bloody time, lads? Like I checked out the optimal strategy just before we turned up, and of course it softs to bloody mediums. A pit stop anywhere between lap 20 and 30. What are we doing, Mercedes, on the grounds of what? I suppose maybe they're saying they might not have the machinery to overtake it.
No one has started. No one's actually started on the softs, by the way.
Aren't they?
Not a single person.
No,
Mediums.
it's all mediums.
Maybe they're leaving their options
Medium to
open
soft.
to see towards
Change to the
later
soft
on in the
once
race.
it's cooler
how,
temps. That makes sense.
Yeah, the
we will
hard's a big
see.
gamble. I mean, I'll take that. The hard's definitely a big gamble.
You're just waiting for the Mercedes balls up. It happens every week without fail. That train is never late.
I'd say there's a red car that would say that they're more often wrong than the Mercedes.
I don't care about the red car. Like I'm invested in Mark.
Did you just see the well? I don't.
Ferrari is so late.
Whether to call it porpoising or bouncing, you can see it in the Ferrari as well.
Leclerc's going to have a headache by the end of this race. He needs a paracetamol ASAP.
Tommo, what do you think of the yellow? The yellow Ferrari
like
kit.
the leathers.
I like the livery.
Overall.
The overalls, I think they've got a bit too much.
The overalls,
The ovaries.
They've got a bit too much yellow for me.
Old school
On the
Kappa
overalls.
vibes. I tell you what, those Ferrari, the overalls, I was looking at them today. If they win this, people will go out in their droves and buy them.
Yeah. If they don't, then straight back to McDonald's.
Straight back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, will they be clowns today? That is amazing.
Will they be clowns today? I hope not, Ferrari. Come on, please. Give the Tifosi at Monza something to celebrate.
I think you're doing it overs. I think that Verstappen nabs
I think
Carlito into turn one.
No.
If they get a podium,
Spain, Niran.
No.
Look at Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That is Yuki Tsunoda.
Yuki Tsunoda's out already.
He's got
What are they going to do here then?
Breaking down on the formation lap is crazy behavior, by the way.
How are they going to handle that? Are they going to do another?
race.
They'll have to do another lap, won't they? Whilst they-
Yeah.
Failure, engine failure. You can see
11th
smoke.
on the grid as well. That's so disappointing.
Time
Actually
for
been
Liam
such a
Fine.
good quali for AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
He thought he should have got to Q3 as well, Tsunoda. He was very disappointed afterwards. They thought they had pace in that car, which, I mean, look, Lawson points.
There's no pace in it.
Yeah,
now.
this is where Liam Lawson can really
Oh, bless him.
tell
Man.
what he's about.
him.
I'd actually be fuming.
Of course.
It made all the preparation
Yeah, I
to
know.
retire before the race starts. Oh, nah.
Are they still going for it? I thought they'd do another lap.
Surely they'll do another formation.
Yeah,
right?
you'd think surely another formation.
Yeah, to
lap
get rid of
is
the car.
Did Yuki not even swear?
Yeah, that's actually, that's
Amazing.
growth.
That's restraint.
That's growth. That's the only growth he's experienced in the last 10 years. But it's growth.
I like that.
Aborted start, yes, confirmed.
Oh, boo.
About
Fine.
five.
That's okay.
If they can put a new
from the
engine in,
front.
can he start from the pit lane?
Yeah,
Quick.
Get a wrench out.
Get it in.
He's parked in the wrong place, doesn't he? Because there should be a space.
Yeah, well, fortunately, it's
They'll
aborted.
do another
so.
formation.
I think he'll get away with that, but he's definitely parked in the wrong spot because there should have been a free slot in front of him. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yuki
Nervous
stonks
now.
down before we've even got underway.
Look like
It's
that.
it is sad, but
Yuki coin
be all right.
in the bin.
did you see Yuki walking around in Ted's notebook and nobody didn't even know who he was? He was just because he's so like most of the drivers like he's just like walking around and everyone thought he was like
Who's that, sorry?
Such a humble little guy.
Yuki.
I mean, for his build, he should be the fastest driver on the
Oh
grid.
yeah, he's got weight delta, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc complaining about his car turning through right-handers.
Oh, again,
the team
turning.
saying it's all good. But he did lock up on the.
Maybe
the
they've set it up
reconnaissance lap,
like a NASCAR or an Indy round and oval where they put the camber so the
like,
actual.
oh shit,
car's
it's not
correct.
an oval anymore.
For the old banking, he'll be the only one.
But he has been.
Leclerc set a 30-second lap time.
Oh, there's Gerhard, the man who broke the McLaren duck in 1988.
Gerhard. The
Yeah.
first driver to bring Red
Gerhard?
Bull into F1.
Oh,
They did a personal
wow.
sponsorship with Gerhard Berger. Yeah, back
Mad.
in the
So it
day.
all started with him. Max Verstappen wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Gerhard Berger.
There you go.
But I think he'd probably be in a Mercedes, though, wouldn't he?
Oh my!
Actually, did you see on the notebook they had Nick Heidfeld?
Oh, yeah?
And
Oh,
Heidfeld
what a
was like,
man.
he's not been to the paddock in like 10 years.
Quick Nick.
Yeah.
Really?
Quick Nick, what a boy.
He looked
Mr.
like
Consistent.
he looked a bit disenfranchised.
Is that AlphaTauri still,
They
it's still
haven't,
there?
they haven't got rid of the car
I
yet.
think it's stuck in gear.
Oh,
I
Monza.
think you're going to need a
Monza
crane.
Monza stewards are classic, aren't
Why
they?
would-
Don't tend to move quickly.
But look at that grass, isn't it green?
We're going to get another aborted. Have they like cut down bare trees
Yeah, they
around
have.
it?
No,
the
they
storm.
look because of the storms.
Oh,
It's
mad.
terrible around the Royal Park.
It doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, it's like 10,000, something like that.
10,000
Trees.
trees.
All right, well,
It's
should we
like we're
just
getting a
start?
delay to the start here,
Should
people.
we just start the race again? Fuck it. Let's just. If you can't avoid that car, then game's the game. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, he's just. Oh, that sounds grim.
Oh, he even had his Italian helmet.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my gosh!
See, all that helmet is just nothing now.
all that.
Yeah, literally. You'd be fuming if you designed it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, at least you got it on TV
Yeah,
for a
but-
bit.
Say probably got
You
more
might not
airtime
have
with
been seen
that.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Yuki fan in the
no.
Yeah, they are the Italian team as well.
They are an Italian team.
That's the first
Tell
month
you what,
we're
lads,
at AlphaTauri.
if I wasn't superstitious before, Monza curse, 1988, Berger, 9 becoming 10. I'm starting to buy, I don't know. Has anyone got like a horseshoe or something that I can like rub? I'm getting nervous.
Expecting, switch engine off for Verstappen. 5-minute delay.
5-minute delay whilst they get rid of the car.
Getting well nervous.
Oh God, this is very.
Well, good thing the last lap is here to keep you lot busy.
Yeah,
right?
to fill.
be your race companion.
Yeah, that's not what we do round here.
Do we feel like just Carlos Sainz wise? I think he's been very good all weekend. Carlos Sainz. This is one of those weekends. I think on his day when all the stars align, he can be
on his day
about as quick as Leclerc.
it is. I think it's an on his day. It is an on his day thing.
The track makes a difference, though, chaps. This track is it's a momentum builder of a track, right? If you nail the second chicane, then Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2.
But
Well, Leclerc had to copy,
hasn't he? Like throughout the whole weekend, he's been.
Leclerc had to copy Carlos's setup.
Yeah, he did.
But Leclerc's still bothered about this front end turning that he can't. The car's misbehaving.
But this is a science thing, right? I think science takes after his hero, Fernando, right? In that Fernando, you give him a dud car, he'll get a lap out of it, even when nobody else can. But there's something that that I hear other people quote that he's not the guy that will go with the peaks of the car, which is what Charles Leclerc, I think, will do. Like if the car improves and is a competitive package week in, week out, he'll be the guy to lead the charge because he'll go with the peaks of the car.
I don't know about all that, Shez. I don't know about all
and
that.
I think that's what Fernando does. Fernando's the guy that will get an unbelievable.
I don't think Carlos is in that same.
No, but he's closer to that kind of driver. And it's borne out over this season in that he's been consistent, whereas Charles has had the peaks. And I think if you then give them a car that is peak all the time,
Carlos,
it'll be Leclerc that has that.
I see where you're going with
bring
that.
A bit more edge.
I see where you're going with that. I just disapproved with the Fernando Alonso.
Sorry, Liverpool scored.
There's a much
Sorry, carry on.
I couldn't tell at all. No, I think I just disapprove of the Fernando Alonso comparison in terms of wringing out the best of a.
I mean, there's levels. There's levels to that, but I just mean in terms of the way that.
I'd say as well. Fernando, there is beef now between the two of them, and again,
is there?
Teds.
Why?
Because Fernando. Well,
Yuki's car's on a flatbed, by the way, everyone.
Carlos
Can I
Can I just say, whilst we've been talking, this has been an absolute shambles. They've been waiting in the pit lane for like 5 minutes whilst everyone's just sat on the grid.
The FIA messaging system's all
for goodness sake.
up the Swanee. So.
Standard around Monza.
Nürburgring 99. I'm telling you, this is so that they can have enough time to stick an engine in Yuki.
Yeah.
You'd be trying, wouldn't you? You might as well.
Someone's desperate to have
Someone
Yuki
get
on
it in the van and get it driven down.
Get it
there
in
where it's
transit,
parked.
right? Faenza's only just up the road.
It needs to come from Sakura, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, true.
Fuck.
How long can we
come on,
delay this
DHL.
start?
You've got enough sponsorship knocking them out. Let's bring him in.
4-hour delay.
Look at this though. That's the 4-hour delay.
Oh, go on, mate.
I mean,
Look at him. He's taking that parabolical with speed.
Imagine working on a recovery vehicle at a racetrack. It'd just be so fun.
Oh yeah, they've definitely got Bert Mylander in that recovery vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, when I was at Hungary, I was at Budapest down at Turn 1 when they had the track cleaners coming out afterwards. Everyone was like, yeah. So 4 miles an hour hits the apex. It was a sight to behold.
to say about Fernando.
Yeah.
At this point, Carlos, being the young Spanish, he should be the next one, right? But Marca.
Is he as good as Fernando? No, he's not. He's not as good
not.
as Fernando.
And I think
but I understand where you're coming from, Shez, in terms of that kind of that cut of driver. And you look at Carlos. He when him and Lando were teammates, they were pretty close. Carlos had the edge points wise, but I think actually Lando and Lando was still maturing. He was still developing a lot. I think that gap between Leclerc and Sainz for me, I think is kind of ideal. I think Leclerc's got a 10th, maybe 2 on Sainz most of the time. Occasionally Sainz can step up, but I think if they had the best car, I think Leclerc would win the championship, but Carlos would do the perfect second driver job.
Yeah.
They're close enough, but not too close. I think Hamilton and Russell maybe a bit too close.
Too close.
I think Verstappen and Perez a bit too far away. I think Leclerc, science, just right.
Just
right, nice.
Goldilocks.
There you go. That's what
He's got the trim.
I hear you. I think Leclerc still just needs to take up that strategy thing and a bit of Nelson.
He just needs to stop crashing.
Mate.
He had it though, didn't he? He was calling the shots in Zandvoort and turned up in the pit lane when Ferrari won.
For the first time in his
True.
bloody
All
life.
got to start somewhere.
For the first growth.
Leclerc.
Leclerc.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's why they were fumbling around for the tires.
yeah,
but
he was
Made
calling
the
it.
made the
decision
call.
for once.
He made, that's the balance, isn't it? If you make the call, they're not ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the.
But you got to tell him, I'm coming in. But actually, that was what I was really impressed with Gasly last week because he was super on it with the calls to the team. Because even, when everyone pitted the second time round, when the rain came again, he was like, no. And then as soon as he saw the rain at the end of the pit lane, he was like,
Let's
box.
go.
And he just came straight in.
Decisive.
And they were ready for him.
But he also had a team that listened to him.
True.
Right?
I didn't think Gasly had that in his locker, if I'm honest.
I thought.
No, I didn't. Proven wrong.
I was listening to I think it was the radio. They synced up all the radios for like the first 10 minutes of the race, basically, and listening to McLaren's was depressing.
Oh my God.
Fuck me.
Stress.
Jesus Christ. I think it was the point at which they were like, yeah, Lando, you're going quicker than the Inter's runners, as he's being absolutely mauled by all of them.
Like, are you fucking
driving
kidding?
around him at about 8 seconds per second quicker. I was like, come on, guys. Like, I know you're trying to make him feel better, but like, make the decision.
And he ended up pitting kind of a bit too late
Not
in the
quite
end.
as bad as
Absolutely
Mercedes,
the worst
though.
time.
Mercedes were worse. George Russell's. I think George pitted a lap after.
No. But I'm going to defend George's.
Really?
George, no, not the second one, but the decision to stay out late. Like, you've got to pick your poison, right? Don't in between it as Lewis did the first time round.
Well, that was the worst thing to
Stay
do,
out.
yeah.
If you're going to stay out.
Because Alex
stay
stayed out and got in the points.
But I think George's side of the garage, I'm going to put it that way because I don't think it was all down to him, ruined it by bringing him in the end, that's what ended. That's what.
So
They recovered it all right, to be fair, with the hards at one point, but it was just like,
and
And he should have got points if it wasn't for the contact with Lando. He probably would have. So.
Oh yeah, true.
He had a strong race, George. I think he had a good race. It's good to see him. He's had a good quality here. Good race last week.
Yeah.
He's picked it back up, man. He was struggling for a while back there, wasn't he?
I think he said after he needed that break.
Yeah,
He needed a bit of time off.
Breaking a new set of hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say the new trim might be the way forward.
I think it suits him.
Yeah, it's good.
The
It's good.
take that mid-90s look. Yeah,
It literally is like he's James Bond, but from like '99.
Looks like something off
What a
One
geezer.
Direction.
Are we going to start this race at any point, by the way, lads? What we say in FIA? Do we want to? Or?
Monza stewards, lads.
Maybe.
They've got to get a cup of coffee. and-
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Cheeky
At
seal.
least we don't have to worry about
Poor
rain.
tree.
Tree.
That poor
Mate,
tree.
that was like that.
You wouldn't have been able to climb up that.
Race will start at 20 past local time. That's in 6 minutes from now, ladies and gentlemen.
Formation lap will start.
Oh yeah, formation lap.
Now it's proper squeaky bum
They were
time,
waving
lads.
for Checo,
Are they?
the Mexican wave.
Yeah.
Very good.
Imagine someone else breaks down on this formation lap. I think I'd leave.
Oh my god.
I'd go back to Liverpool. Just in time for the game.
Like 45 minutes for another Uber.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, so that
Yeah,
for a laugh.
Here we go.
Also, I felt a bit for Lance because he missed FP1 with Felipe filling in. Then FP2, his car broke down immediately. So he only had FP3. But for him to finish 20th and stone dead last, I know Fernando, he was only P10 and he said their estimations were P9 to P12 for him. So that's where they kind of should have been just maybe getting into Q3. But Lance, stone dead last.
It's not good enough, Tommo. It's not good enough.
He did get a whole FP3 session. And with the amount of experience that Lance has as well.
Got told to go and
He's got
stand in the
7
corner
years.
by his dad.
Bro, it's not good enough
Naughty
anymore. It's not good enough. And it's the gap between him, not even just Fernando anymore, right? You've got to look at Logan and Albon and everyone else. Right? Like, you've got to be better, mate. You can't get sacked by
He's
your
another
dad.
one.
That's like, the shame is too much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wonder how many fathers have had to sack their sons from their business before. Like
Probably a lot.
Yeah, I imagine a lot
Probably
of like,
every banking company ever.
I think
Every private equity firm.
yeah, it's not
has had
unheard
to do
of.
that.
It's not unheard of.
Ferrari done that before, like.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure one of.
I mean,
his-
Enzo
one of
was
his sons-
cutthroat, so
Yeah.
So it was very cut.
Enzo Jr.
This is a livery.
that Alfa Romeo is leng.
Right?
I'm not going to lie.
That's a car I'd like to see up the front.
Yeah, it's almost a waste it being on the Alfa
Right?
Romeo.
Although, have you seen the merchandise that they've been wearing?
Oh, no.
Awful.
Is there even
Oh, wow.
Awful. It's like red on the front, and then it has Monza 2023 like on a diagonal. it's like a you know, like Hendu.
Oh God!
Where
Yeah,
across
the sash.
like the sash football kits.
Yeah,
you get. It's like one of them, and then it's green on the back, just green. So just red on the front, just green on the back with another sash.
Yeah, so clearly they got
awful.
they got someone like Giovinazzi to style the exterior.
Yeah.
Bottas to style the overall. It's very Valtteri.
They just spent money on the car, and they were just like, "Oh fuck, we got that as well."
Isn't it nice though? All of this tribute Ferrari stuff is all because it's all in tribute, kind of, to Antonio Giovinazzi because he won the 24-hour Le Mans.
Yeah, facts.
With a team.
It is, yeah.
At Ferrari. So it's kind of all tribute to Antonio.
Yeah, which makes me sad because I still kind of wanted Toyota to win it. Sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, fair. But
big old Italian Jesus. What a man.
I'm glad.
It even looks good from the front, doesn't it? Jeez.
Yes.
Got everything.
You know what? Like, again, Giovinazzi, proof that it might not work for you in F1. Same with Marcus Ericsson doing really well in IndyCar. You know, you can have a difficult time in Formula One, but
also Ferrari don't let you go. You know, they did the same thing with Fisichella. Fisichella had a really long career in sports cars with Ferrari after he got ditched.
Viat's like still in the simulator probably.
Yeah, he's for Prema, isn't he, in World Endurance Championship?
He does that now, doesn't he?
But I think he's still got connections to Ferrari, I think.
Titting hell, we're down to 51 laps. What was it before? I thought it was 55 before. Was it 53?
And what's gone out the window there
Fuel loads, isn't it?
is
exactly.
the fastest race ever, because Michael Schumacher did 53 laps in 1 hour, 40 minutes and 19 seconds.
So will we...
I thought your recall wasn't very good for stats.
I was going to say, that's crazy.
He just pulled it out.
Dug that one out. Just put it.
Just before George, blue eyes, man
staring,
Sort of
ready.
Definitely sweat.
Oh mate,
the Alpines have
Chance
been.
of rain today. 0%.
I said right. Alpine had a great race last weekend. They can never have two good races.
No, impossible.
Stinker, both out in Q1.
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh, we don't really know what the problem is. It's your power unit, obviously." But they can't say that because they're
our engine's shit.
I mean, that team is going to get a worse seasonal.
Good thing Fernando's not still there because he would have said it.
GP2 engine. I think Alpine might be the most inconsistent team in F1 history.
My words, that is going to get worse. Worse and worse and worse.
wow.
Even on my F1 manager save, I'm trying to save Alpine, and they're just so inconsistent.
They're unsavable.
I can't do anything. We'll get podium one weekend and then double DNF the next. It's frustrating. Charles Leclerc, there you
It's
go.
fun though. It is.
It is good fun.
It's good to watch.
It is good fun. It is good fun.
Come on then, FIA. Put your finger out, lads. We want to get a race on the go.
Come on, lads. 20-minute delay, for little Yuki Tsunoda breaking down.
Do question for the panel.
P&L.
Go on.
Do Monza have the worst stewards currently of any circuit on the grid?
Oh, probably.
I think so.
They've got that and the
gotta be
worst, what's it called? General admission as well.
Oh yeah, bad. The infrastructure.
It's shocking.
Toilets. Just
Yeah. It's probably better now.
Worse than Barcelona?
Oh, I've not even
Apparently
been to
so.
Barcelona.
Apparently it is worse, yeah.
Stinks. Monza's terrible for it.
There is also talk. I saw a few articles talking about obviously the idea of 2 Italian Grand Prix being at risk from 2025, I think, onwards. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to lose one, for me, you lose Imola. Sorry.
Get Imola out of there.
Sorry, I know it's historic, but I never really vibed with it.
Back every now and again, no. Like it's on the grid it's on the calendar for a little while, goes away, and then comes back again anyway.
But I mean, you got just the principle of having 2 Italian Grand Prix and no German Grand Prix or no French Grand Prix. Well, Grand Prix is literally French. It comes from the French
is actually criminal. now that I think about it, that's mental.
I know Le Castellet is not great, but I mean, they're
gonna have to rename it Grande. Get me.
Grande Primera.
I can't remember.
Primera. Grande Primera. From
Primera. La Liga.
Nissan Primera.
Yes, that'll do.
Absolute throwback.
Right, lads, here we've got the formation lap. Take 2. Get me.
Back again. Come on. Come on. Now keep it clean, everyone.
Liam Lawson's just like, I can't get off the grid, lads.
No, imagine.
No, it's all right. He's 11th now. He's on the verge of points, is Liam. And he's done an unbelievable job to beat his experienced teammates.
He has.
On the inside of
He has, absolutely. And look, this does give Red Bull a bit of a headache if Lawson does really well, doesn't it? Because they've said, they're going to get Ricciardo back in the car once he's ready. Yeah. all Liam can do till then is just drive the nuts off it, and hope he can give himself a shot for next year.
Drive the nuts.
They can't sabotage Danny Rick again. Surely not. Surely.
So unlucky that. I just can't believe how unlucky that incident.
There was a bit of rustiness in there, though. Like, he probably should have taken his hands off the steering wheel.
The thing is, he was trying to. What hand is it? Is his left?
Yeah, was it?
I don't know.
It was his left because it's
I
the
think
one
it's
that
his
was
left,
underneath
isn't it? Yeah. And obviously, he's obviously he's trying to avoid Piastri, not T-bone him. Yeah, it's one of them. I mean, I think when Charles had his accident. When did Charles?
France.
I'm sure.
Which one?
No, his most recent.
He's had a few, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's F1. Yeah,
Miami.
I'm sure he kept his. No, his most recent one.
Oh, off.
I don't remember.
I'm sure.
I actually don't know which one that was.
I remember after
It's been too
that
many.
another driver having a shunt, and they did seem to have their hands on the wheel, but it was just. It was
You're not
fine.
about Stroll at the start of the
Maybe
because he
Look,
was a biking injury.
Yeah,
wasn't
this was bikes.
Yeah, because again, some drivers, it's clear. Again, that Lewis 2000 was it Nürburgring when his tyre blew out, and you can see him go like that.
Yeah.
Because that has to be the deal, right? You are going to,
and that's a clear, that's it.
you're
It's a
gonna-
wrap. Like Joe was the same actually at Zandvoort.
Yeah. Because you're arriving at the scene of the crime.
Because I'm a passenger now. But obviously Ricciardo, it's a relatively slow speed, and he's trying to not hit
trying to steer
Piastri
out of it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
That's why it's just so unlucky. Because like for him, if he'd been like a few meters further back, he probably would have seen the yellow would have come up in time for him to know that, all right, maybe there's something gone wrong ahead.
It is what it is. Maybe it's written in the stars for Liam Lawson.
Yeah, right.
Curse, superstitious anyone.
None of us
Telling you.
right.
Well, it's the Monza winner's curse round here as well, isn't it? If you win, you break down the next year.
Yeah, what was it?
Well, that was with the crazy ones. That was with Gasly, Ricciardo.
won. The next year he shunted in the sprint and retired from the race. Ricardo won, and then he DNF'd at the end last year.
He was having a good race.
Leclerc is the other one.
Leclerc as well, of course.
Oh God! So who won last year?
Here he is.
Verstappen.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a bit of a steamroller, there, isn't he, Max? So
Yeah, no, facts.
let's see
But
which way
we
this goes.
don't need to listen to logic here.
Let's get this over and done with.
Let's get this show on the road, lads.
P1, turn one. Simple things.
No, I refuse to believe
Take it to the bank, Niran.
No, I refuse
Take
to
it to the
believe it.
bank.
Carlito, please, for the gang.
Come
For
on,
the man
Ferrari.
gang. For the Tifosi.
Max Verstappen has
At
Carlos
least.
Sainz under manners. Check out
Here we go.
Spain.
Green flags out. 1,
won't
2,
hear
3, 4,
Look at this.
5
red
lights.
lights.
Oh, he's got the start. Sainz
I
has
tell you
got the
what,
start.
I tell you
no,
what,
Leclerc's got
it's
ahead
not
of him.
good
Oh, no, he
enough
hasn't.
start. Verstappen goes to that outside
Vamos.
though.
Leclerc's right
Down
behind
into
Sainz
turn
as well.
one.
Oh, let's
Sainz
go.
with the little move
take it.
across.
Vamos.
Yeah, there you go.
He's made
And
it.
he
Inside
leads.
There you go.
Leclerc and Russell side by side. Perez has got round Piastri. Piastri's got Albon there.
He has.
That's Verstappen.
Oof.
No,
George.
Russell all over the track.
Oh,
Charles
Charles up the inside of Kerber Grande.
The last
goodness
thing Charles
gracious.
Leclerc needs
it's
is
to be-
Russell going
All
past
over.
him.
Ooh, that was very close, by the way. That looked like contact for a second. Has everyone made it through? Well done, everyone.
Looks a bit
Albon's
techie
all
down
over the back of Piastri. Come on, Alex. Get him.
Go on, Oscar. What? Sorry, no, I didn't mean to say it.
You're allowed.
Sainz is gapping everyone. What's going on there?
I think Alonso's lost a couple places, hasn't he?
It's good. It's good for the sake of the
11.
race. It's good for the sake of the race.
But it'd be interesting to see how long it lasts, for sure. They're bouncing up and down
Yeah,
a
they
lot
are.
down
Yeah,
there.
that porpoisin's crazy for Ferrari, isn't it?
But it's
Yeah,
Concord.
Ferrari seemed fairly happy with their race pace. Not as happy as Red Bull.
Yeah,
but fairly.
until their tyres fall off on lap 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk of having that low downforce setup where Red Bull haven't had to make that compromise much. Right?
I can't believe it. Science has held on and he's 7/10 clear.
No, I don't believe that.
I really want to win this race.
But have we not seen this
this
narrative
win,
before?
Tom.
Mate.
Oh, shit.
I want it for you as well, Carlos.
The Tifosi, they're dreaming already.
Mate, we've read this story before. Let's be honest. Let's see how he is like.
It says that Sonoda's at pit exit. Could you imagine? He's actually just got back in the
Oh
car.
my God.
New engine.
He's just running, jogging. He's jogging around.
Albon's right on Piastri
Alex.
again here.
Come on, Alex.
Alex, chill out.
That
man.
thing is
oh
quick.
my
Go,
gosh.
go,
Alex.
go.
The Duracell battery round the
That's it.
outside.
No, he can't go around
Unleash the double A.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this
Has
is
he
it.
done it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Down Della Roger, that's where you want it. Nice move.
Last of the late
Nice
breakers. Well
move,
done,
mate.
Alex.
Take those.
Yeah,
Fucking hell,
Nice
mate.
move.
Those.
He's making my
Those.
prediction come true.
Yeah.
Come on, Alex.
Next up, Perez. Honestly,
mate.
he could do that.
Mate, Perez needs to just park it up if that happens. I'm sorry.
If Albon overtakes Perez,
That is-
I'm going
There
to be
needs to
so
be-
obnoxious on Twitter.
Yeah,
after
there
this.
needs to be a
I'm
mid-race
going to
driver
be a
change.
massive prick on Twitter. If that happens. I'll tell you what, man. I'm not holding back. 2020 still
Man,
cuts
you
deep,
should-
man.
That's criminal if so.
Looked fast coming out of Ascari, didn't he?
It's a big if. Look, it's a big if.
Did
We'll
look
see.
quick.
Lewis has lost the place, hasn't he? Off the.
Oh, Lewis is on the hards. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's only lost one position.
Love those hearts.
Listen, they're durable. That's what I will say. You know, they're
Oh,
gonna last
very
a-
wide.
Yeah, there's not much grip though. That's the problem.
Science still looking good. 9/10.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
9/10
all
as
he's
well.
got
No
to do-
DRS yet.
when are we expecting these mediums to drop off, lads?
Yeah, but
20,
like
25
on
to
the-
30 laps, eh?
Yeah, on the straight, he's gaining a little bit, though, isn't he, Max?
Look, again, Ferrari have... They have Max in a sandwich,
Yep.
so
Pinned
there's
down.
potentially stuff they can do to coordinate
pit
this
stop wise, I like that.
as well.
Smart.
I mean, Perez is just off of the back of Russell, so we'll see.
I'm surprised.
Oh,
that
poor
Max-
start from Lawson. That's a
Lawson
shame.
got a stinker. Yeah, I think he made a couple of the places back because he's only P12.
Yeah, he must have done. The Sergeant on the outside of
There it
Lawson.
is. Oh.
All tight.
Fair play
Close.
to Carlos there.
Oh, Sergeant had to kind of get
Oh
out.
my
Yeah, look how close
god.
George was, man.
M25 setting.
That's the traffic I was in.
It's the exit. Junction 25, that is.
Max got a good start, but Carlos
did
managed
get
to
a
cover
decent
him
start.
just
Fair
in
play,
time.
Carlos.
I think it was a similar start for both of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Play
reaction
Carlos.
time's up, yeah, right?
Just.
Oh, Max
Just covered
Max
him.
Just sacked it off. didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah. yeah.
Carlos,
Just
look at that, measured.
Yeah, it's nice. Done nicely there.
Oh,
Gasly.
God.
Oh,
What are we about to
anti-stall.
see here from Gasly?
He's done all right.
We're going to see him run into someone, aren't we? I can see this coming. He's about to hit Logan Sargent. Let's
It's
be
the
real.
Alpine.
He's done
Alpine,
nice,
Alpine.
nice and early.
Oh,
Contact.
oh, go
Oh,
on.
was that?
Nah, he's
was
done
that?
Oh, with his
Alfa-
teammate?
yeah, was that
You know
Alfa
it.
Romeo?
You know it, mate.
Oh,
That looked
God.
like a
French
Mercedes.
Civil War already.
Mid-Peen Civil War.
Oh, Verstappen's close
Oh,
to science
no.
already.
Oh, fastest lap, lads. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Here we
It's
go.
been real, everyone.
Go on,
Like,
Charles.
like and subscribe.
Who's going to finish second?
How many laps until we hear Sainz moaning about tyre deck? Couple.
Now,
Yeah.
today.
I know DRS is enabled.
Oh, no. Max is close. I'm not going to lie.
He's
What,
just
4
Charles.
Just the shark. Look at this.
We got it for 5 laps, lads.
I know, yeah. You're right. Right, you can't expect more than that. Fair play.
Tell you what, though, Lance Stroll's got past Kevin Magnussen for P18, so at least we can live off that for a bit.
But he's already
Blimey.
outside DRS from Gasly. Nice.
Yeah, it's stinky. Not gonna lie.
You just don't want to
He's
see
not,
that.
He's not catching him. though.
Do not want to see the Red Bull of Max Verstappen in your wing mirrors. That's like
Bearing
the
you down,
worst.
innit? Yeah, it's the last thing.
Your hands will be getting sweaty. Like
I tell you what, though, the Ferrari's
Knees
pretty
weak.
good out of Parabolica, isn't it? It's not awful out of Parabolica.
Oh,
So-
God, that's ominous from Max. He's already sliding a bit, so it's all okay. He being science.
wow,
I know,
there we
you
go.
know, you know,
Said
It's
it,
fine,
eh?
I've got him. He's sliding
said-
already.
yeah.
We're
Max
fine.
is doing driver coaching in second place. This is crazy.
I don't think he's close enough
You know
this
what,
time
that is
out.
how you do trash talk, though.
There's levels.
Yeah.
It's all right, guys. Don't worry about it.
I'm already in
He's-
his head. It's
yeah.
fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, he's sliding.
Steam sliding.
You know, Ferrari will get on the blower and say, Max says
Undercut.
you're,
No,
you're
don't
sliding. You're
don't
sliding.
tell Carlos Sainz that.
That
That's
is-
just not what he
No,
wants.
he doesn't
to
need to know that
hear.
information.
No, that's
Are you sliding?
demotivating chaps. Don't
Hey,
tell
Verm.
him that.
Max tells us you're sliding. We are checking.
Slow
We
button
are
on.
checking.
Checking.
Oh my god.
Right. Well, Leclerc's within a second of Verstappen, so they're kind of breaking away from Russell a bit. Russell 1.5, 1.6 behind Leclerc here, so they seem to be taking off those three a little bit at the front. Come on, Ferrari, play a blinder.
Ferrari, scuderia.
But listen, Albon's just chilling in P6 as well. There's a
Listen,
clear
man.
gap in it.
Shaw's still within DRS of Max. Don't hate that or, but
No, he's
don't
not
speak
anymore,
too
yeah.
soon, Cameron.
Considering Hamilton's on
Oh,
the
look
hard
at
side,
him. Oh, God.
you feel like if Hamilton was on the mediums, he'd be ahead of at least Norris. You'd think.
I mean, well, To be honest, it does make no. Oh, by the way,
Well,
guys,
he's closing in on Lewis, isn't
He's
he?
close now.
it's 4/10
He's going to.
into parabolic, and this might be the lap.
This
this is the lap.
No, he won't
ladies.
do it here because he'll chill out for the DRS, right?
Oh,
and
he's
he'll do
sliding.
Turn one.
Get it. Here we go.
I
Turn
think
one.
he's got him
for
here.
sure.
Oh God.
Open it. Check
Science
out.
defend like a Spanish lion. Well,
Carlos is sliding. He's about to be sliding out of P1.
go.
I'm not going to lie to you,
Gosh,
lads.
that is.
Oh my Lord! Round the outside into turn one.
Carlos. Oh,
he's always going. No, don't
he's
stop
him
him
out. Fair play, Carlos.
He's learned from 21 that if
I was
he
just
stays
about
on the
to say.
outside.
He will crash and end up on top of someone.
It's all about growth.
It is all about that. That's good. I like
You see,
that.
Ferrari got that little bit more straight line
mistakes,
speed
but-
than Red Bull, so that's going to help.
Just
Carlos.
can defend a little bit.
He's going to be in his mirrors this whole race.
Oh,
Christ.
Mistakes. Let's not do apples and apples there.
Max has been told on the radio to be sensible.
Yeah, why?
That's not in the man's nature. Come on.
He's got no.
I thought that was sensible. He cut back in before the soft.
If that was 2021, he's not he's not back out.
Yeah, no chance.
%.
It's exactly the same incident.
He said that was naughty. He's having fun. Isn't he? He's having fun here.
he's got
That
it.
was naughty.
That was naughty. naughty. Jesus.
Again, if this was 21, he was not calling Lewis naughty. That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
very naughty
Why
of
not?
you, Lewis.
He's uppercutting him.
Oh yeah,
dearie me.
That's what you get if you don't leave space.
We go again, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess.
Take two.
And Carlos is just beating his
Science
tires.
radio.
That's
Oh, here we
everything
go.
to say.
Charles Leclerc's been
Good
bought.
move.
Good
Yeah,
move.
yeah, nice, well done.
Yeah, nice. Well done. Good driving, mate.
Well done.
See if you can do that for another 50.
Because if Max goes for it but doesn't get it done, then that potentially gives Leclerc a bit of a
Oh,
shock.
yeah,
Because he's
yeah,
within a
that's
second
what-
as well.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I think he'll set up this one nicely next time.
If
He'll do it
OC 1-2, is that what we're saying? Mate, he's bouncing
gonna show
around
us
all
that?
over the place.
Sure.
Look at his helmet cam.
Or maybe he's just nodding. He's
properly. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Carlos, you're doing a great job, mate. Well
Good
done.
move.
Leclerc's right up there as well.
He
You
is,
know.
he's close. And that DRS is.
Perez on the back of Russell.
It's good for Leclerc because Verstappen's just dragging him along, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Mate, it's their own little race, and then
Definitely.
Ferrari can try and strategize their way to a win, which I have never had less confidence in words that just come out of my mouth.
say, yeah, we're expecting a lot there.
doing there?
Unless they have named Carlos Sainz their chief strategist for this
Oh my
weekend.
gosh! But that's
Look,
probably the best guy to do
probably.
it, though, Shez. That's.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That might be their play.
It's the radio, and it's his dad.
Oh my god!
Dad's on, his dad's taken over.
Senior.
Or if there's someone that knows about sliding.
Oh my.
Yes.
True.
definitely
Yeah.
Carlos
yeah.
Sainz.
WRC, Dakar
Let's see him
champion.
into a scar. I think he's actually struggling though now, Science. You can see him into each one of these corners. You'll see him on parabolicas.
Here we go.
But again, Max maybe just plays the long game here, just consolidates.
Oh yeah, look.
Like the team says, don't do anything silly.
Do you mean the long game till lap 6?
Well, it's all relative, isn't it?
This is already the long game.
Oh, it's a
Look, he went from P14 to P1 in 12 laps at
Oh
Spa
my
last year.
God.
Yeah.
You know, this is pathetic from Max. How are you not leading?
How
God.
dare he?
But it is what we said. Monza's not the easiest track to overtake,
True.
despite what we think. Right?
Yeah. The DRS gain is.
Yeah, but it's proved difficult so
Slipstream gain
far.
is-
It's been like one overtake.
I don't think he's gonna. He won't go for it. He's not gonna go for it. Look.
No.
Oh, I tell you
he's
what,
nowhere
Perez versus Russell though in the background.
Oh yeah.
Russell defense.
George defending.
Why is Perez always on the white line before turning? That's why he spins so much.
Yeah, I know.
Stop,
Just
don't
stop it, mate.
Don't look at him. He's
Learn your lesson, geezer. He's
he not?
gaining through Curva Grande though.
He's going to be
No
close to
white-
Into
Georgia.
the
He
chicane.
needs to take it around the. He needs to get around the outside.
Alonso's got Hulkenberg, and Perez sits back in P5 for now. I think the
It's only
dream of
half a second off
Albon overtaking him might be gone.
Well, look, I think. Well, look, top 5 is still.
quick slide.
Yeah, Perez. Really
Stay off
happy.
the white lines, Checo man, before turning. What's wrong with us?
And it takes one DNF in the top 5, and Alex is
yeah.
sliding in there.
Pause.
Oh, here we go.
Big pause.
Sliding them
He's
DMs.
close, he's
Like
close.
Carlos
I
clearly.
don't think Max is even trying to overtake. I think he's just going to sit behind him, and then when he's got
No, it's half
zero
a second off,
tires,
though.
he'll do him then.
It's close
a
now.
lot
though.
closer now.
He's closer than he was last
But
lap.
can you stay close
definitely.
around that final corner? That's the
Oh,
thing.
goodness.
Should do in these cars, right?
Well,
No.
see, that's
gonna-
dirty. The air's dirty enough.
Yeah. Only a little
No,
bit.
More
He-
temps though. Surely he's got.
he's
He's
cl-
going to
he's
have a look now.
close.
Surely.
Oh, man, this has got to be it. Carlos Sainz, what have you got? What's your bottle?
Surely.
He won't do it. I don't think he's going to
He's not
try
actually
it.
that.
I think he is.
He's not going to try it.
I think he is.
No.
Nah, he's not
Oh.
going. He is being sensible.
Position
Wow.
him from science there, right in the middle of the road.
Just
Does
wait.
that mean he's going to go
Max
for a
is
Del
there
Roger?
now though.
Nah, wait. Just bide your time, right? You've got no threat from Charles Leclerc behind. Just take the toll out of Carlos Sainz's tyres. You could even get him on the pits. You don't even like. What's the point? Just chill out for a bit. Get him at his weekend.
They just told George to try and
manage
a little bit, and he just said, "I've got a car at my arm."
do you know what's going on? There's a motor race.
How did that sound in his accent?
Oh my god!
What's up my arse?
Up my arse.
That was a strong R.
Blimey.
Crikey.
Yeah, crikey, it's up my arse.
Leclerc 6 tenths off Max, but again, not close enough
Who is still languishing?
We're just
give him any
chilling.
issues.
And Carlos just backing Max up into Charles
God, imagine
for a little Leclerc moment.
2015 Toro Rosso teammates.
Oh my gosh!
Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen.
Oh,
8 years later, they're fighting for a race, winning a Ferrari and a Red Bull.
Max is on the slipstream.
Oh,
this time.
this
He's
just looks
struggling.
so ominous, doesn't it?
Mate,
Max
he's
is-
just by this.
He's not talking about his own car. He's talking about Carlos's car.
Yeah, the entire time.
What is
Here we go. That's probably it. What's the mode?
Mode B.
Mode 8? They have a lot of top speed. For
Oh.
Oh, so he is struggling a little bit. Go on, little fake to the right, but
This is what I was saying.
I have not seen
Tomo, you're in. Don't throw away that betting slip just yet. You're in, Tomo.
I mean, I think a 1-2 is a bit cards, but
who was it who betted to say that he wasn't going to finish or something?
yeah,
Who's going to be outside of the points?
see.
Look, listen.
There's a Shane early doors. He's struggling in the rears a lot. So it's GP.
Who is Max or Sainz?
Sainz.
Sainz.
Standard.
Again, they're not talking about their car. They're talking about.
Just observing.
Their car's perfect. There's nothing to talk
I
about.
love that.
SWOT analyst.
Yeah. But I love the fact that it's all about everyone else.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about your car. Your car's fine.
Dominance.
Your car's good.
Lewis half a second behind Lando. You can only think
On the hard.
if he was on those mediums,
DRS train, mate.
he would probably be ahead by now. Let's be real.
Somebody get Mercedes on the line.
Yeah.
But it depends.
Should we do
how-
call-ins? Let's make it happen.
Had enough.
Head of
of it.
communication.
We've made many a call like this on this show, and it's actually turned out all right. So you never know.
You never know.
Get him on.
It does depend what happens around the pit stops, right? So if he might be here right now, everyone else pits, he stays out a bit longer. If he ends up in the top 5 out of this,
How
6
swag.
tenths.
It depends whether he can do an overcut. Because if everyone else in front of him comes in earlier, obviously,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
gets an undercut on him, then he's going to be behind them again. But he'll be on mediums compared
that's
to their hards.
exactly, that's the play that he's going for.
So we're
Isn't it?
saying that hards at the end of their
Oh,
life
this is
are gonna
game
be
over, by the
faster.
way. Sergio Perez on George Russell. Oh, George, a little late move.
He loves a late
defending
move.
it, though.
Brakes late.
It was that was safe though. That was all
Are
right.
you
That was
joking,
fine.
Tomo?
No.
No, that was all right.
That's fine.
That was
fine.
borderline. That was
A
borderline.
late move in the
Nah,
braking
that wasn't
zone.
that late. That
That was in the
late.
braking zone
That
because he
wasn't too
braked
late.
later than
No.
Sergio.
No.
I
Cam, I'm not
I
having that,
stand
mate. I'm not having
corrected. I
that.
thought that was cheeky.
No. No, we've had late. I remember, was it Ocon made a really late move?
I know, but
Ocon always
is a-
makes late
Ocon is a
moves.
terrorist.
Speak of the devil. Well,
Oh,
it's
here he
Gasly,
is.
but
That looked like a bad pit stop, I'm not
know,
going to lie.
the brake.
Early one as well for Gasly.
yeah. In my F1 manager save, we are worst on the DHL fastest pit stop.
Nice, love
But
that.
consistently worst.
Good. Consistency is
Five-
key.
five
That's
point
really all that matters in this world.
We don't make too many mistakes,
Perez just track.
which isn't very Alpine.
Oh God, here we go again, Max.
Yeah, I thought that was just all right from George. It was close, but it was just.
Sergio just
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
look as if he has much confidence in the brakes.
VAR on that, Tomo.
Yeah, shall we?
Anyway,
Might be
All right.
offside.
Bring Mike Dean out if you want.
But he'll just say no anyway.
Yeah,
because he's
protect
your
his
mate.
friends. Yeah, exactly.
Have we
Funny
seen
that.
Max have to follow somebody else for repeated numbers of laps since Saudi?
It's been a while.
Saudi's, I think, the last.
You got to think as well. This is going to put more energy through Max's tyres,
Shout.
being behind
You
Sainz.
already
shout.
start to see
Oh,
there's a little
oh.
line on his front left. You know.
No, he's 5 tenths back. He's not close enough.
It's not close enough. This is tacky.
If you're forever
Perez
certain,
v George, take
Ooh.
3. Nah, mate, he's
still defending
He's
it.
just not got confidence in the brakes, really.
Yeah.
He was
Checo.
fully alongside. Yeah,
Checo's
Checo.
scared for his life on the back of the last move. That's why.
He'll end up in the bin.
So I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Do you mean?
He's winning the barriers. What? Every Grand Prix bar like
Checo.
4, bar like
Mate.
1 for like the last 4.
You got to do as soon as George is moving around in front of you, like you got to do like Lewis and make sure your harness is still tight. Right?
Oh, Liam Lawson past Hulkenberg. I see you.
Go on, Liam.
Well, the hat has fallen off, hasn't it?
Okay. Yeah, true.
They've realised, fuck, we're 6 laps in.
Here's that terrible pit stop you were talking about.
Oh, here we go. Pierre Gasly, now they just haven't put the wheel on, mate.
They can't even get the car.
Oh, that stinks. That really does reek.
Just pack it up and go home.
Honestly, just sack it off.
I'll see you in Singapore. It's not worth it.
This is Fernando Alonso overtaking Hulkenberg a few laps ago.
Or trying to.
Hulk just decided, nah, mate, don't want to defend today. Sounds like effort. Alonso goes through. It's a bit much, really, in it all.
Sounds like effort, man.
Mate, off you go.
CBA.
Yeah, man.
So Leclerc's dropped to about 1.5 seconds behind Verstappen, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, they've got the battery levels up.
Oh, well, this is new.
Graphic. Powered by AWS.
That Ferrari is proper bullet quick in a straight line.
I was about to say, fair play Sainz for still having 50% left. And
Just got to hope the engine doesn't blow up before the end of the race.
Still in, Tommo.
Sifoc.org would be devastated.
Fuming. But if you're Fred Vasseur, Leclerc is P3. Do you... Because... when we come to the pit stops, there's always a chance you could use Leclerc to try and somewhat restrict Verstappen's progress.
Got to, Tommo.
But you would have to almost tank his race into a hillside to do it.
Got to.
Like, is it worth it?
Of course. You have to. Like, why would you not?
But I don't think that's what... Do you mean Carlos?
Tank Leclerc's race into a hillside to try and hold up Max by staying out.
Yeah.
Don't do the...
Like, is it worth it,
Don't do the same.
Is it worth
to
it
win
for
a
the home
Monza?
victory? Because, I mean, the championship's not up for grabs, is it?
There's nothing else to really fight.
I mean, they're fighting for stuff in the constructors, aren't they, I guess?
So
If they want to be really professional.
You wouldn't split strategy.
Oh,
Ferrari
yeah, I
professional?
think right here you have to. That's the only advantage now of having both your two cars
Have
in
to.
the top 3. Yeah.
Because Leclerc's not close enough. That's the problem.
If Max undercuts, by the way, it's game over. I'm just putting it out there. Oh, this is close,
Is that on the grass?
No.
Oh, then he's gone horribly wide.
I wonder if Leclerc has a bit in hand here. Because he's losing pace to Sainz ultimately.
Yeah.
Sainz is pulling away from Leclerc here. But
That air's a little dirty, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Max is bearing down. Carlos defends,
He's
though,
not
middle
keen,
of track.
is he?
No.
He's not keen.
He's not about it. Oh, Perez has got Russell.
No,
He's not. They're both got it.
what the fuck?
I mean, well,
2008.
I did.
Hang on a second.
how'd you decide that one? 'Cause they've both gone off.
Yeah, they have to let Russ. You have to let.
I mean,
Russell back.
Perez went off more in it, so surely it's like,
Got to give it back.
you know.
That's the not losing.
Yeah, he's
there we
letting
go.
back through.
George back through.
This is a fun little battle. This Russell Perez.
Yeah, they're alongside each other every lap.
Perez will be on moaning.
He pushed me off.
No, he didn't. No, he absolutely did not, Sergio. You are just washed.
To be fair, he says that about every incident, even when he goes off
Perez
himself.
team radio, let him back. We'll
Oh,
get
the
him.
gravel pushed me off. It's like, no, you just braked too late, boss man. Like, he's already.
He's been playing too much F1 23. That's a proper
You realise there are
F1 23
receipts,
move.
Checo.
Yeah.
Brother, you know, there's cameras and that. That's crazy.
That's a
That is the most shameless action I have seen this week.
He pushed me in front of him.
Yeah, that's crazy. The air pushed
Brilliant.
me off. See how it is.
0.4.
All right.
Oh, he was good through there. Good through the parabolic as well. I think it's game time.
It's close now.
Setting it up.
Here we go again.
Those shorter DRS zones.
Sainz just got to defend inside. Go deep inside, Sainz.
He's doing all right.
Oh, big lock up for
This is going to be a
Carlos.
Della Roger special.
Max is
right.
so close. Oh, he's got him. It's done.
Carlos, no!
He's done.
Yeah.
Max round the outside through Curva Grande. This is so close.
Carlos.
It's a left-hander though, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's on the outside.
Max will not give him the room. There we go, and he's through.
Verstappen leads.
Sainz, good exit, but he can't quite get
You
alongside.
just don't switch back, Max. That doesn't happen. It's not even worth it.
And Max Verstappen leads. That's the mistake. That's all you needed.
How
One lock
2012
up.
Fernando Vettel was that?
Yeah. Ferrari v Red Bull again.
Yeah. Sainz needs to stay within a second to have any shot, though. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Job.
Oh, they
Sainz
look
bottle job. Nah.
Leclerc's still there. He's closer to Sainz than
Probably saved up his tyres with that, with dropping back.
true.
Right?
perhaps, yeah.
And let's see how he goes off the back of this
Probably grab it.
parabolica. Oh my gosh, Charlie's onto it, isn't he?
He's just going to dip out of there as well as Max. Like in 2 laps, he won't,
yeah,
like,
be gone.
Carlos won't
No,
be in the RS.
8/10 Sainz to Verstappen.
No.
Norris radio.
Oh, he's complaining about Oscar's pace, is Lando. I mean, look, listen.
Oh, he's calling for a bit of team orders.
Little bit. Who's that punching the air in the corner?
But Piastri's closer to getting past Albon than Norris is to getting past.
Oh, surely Perez gets Russell here, by the way. Oh,
he's
my
gone.
life. He's gone to the inside this time.
Russell can't defend that.
Shows him to the edge of the track, and Perez is through.
Finally, Checo gets the job done.
Albon in the pit lane as well. Early pit stop.
Yeah, there you go.
On lap 16.
Oh, go on, George. Get him back through Curva Grande. Go on, lads.
Russell's thinking about it.
Go on, George.
Behave.
To the outside. To the fake. Nah,
Yeah,
I was being optimistic. I'm not gonna lie. I knew that wasn't happening, but
I'm keen to
good
see
pit
what
stop for Albon.
I'm keen to see what he's put on. Hard.
Surely
going
hard to the end now. Yeah, must be.
It's medium hard.
Just saying.
Flip reverse.
Just
loses,
saying.
maybe.
What's that? Sorry.
Flip. Maybe Lewis is planning to do the same thing, but flip
Flip.
reverse.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, it must be surely.
Oh, this
Yuki
is-
took the curse for Max. He took it on board.
That's what happens when you have two teams.
Yeah, shit,
You
man.
can just pass the curse on.
You what, that was-
Yuki
that was
put
a
Max's
smart
engine in your
move from
car today.
Max, you know, push Carlos into the apex. Of
Brave to do that there.
Yeah, yeah.
Curver.
Because that would have been an absolute airplane otherwise.
Perez said the equivalent of got the ball right. And he's talking about George. That's good.
Oh, got the ball.
That's bloody
They squeezed
for the
him,
man.
properly squeezed him to the inside
balls of
there.
steel from that chap.
Yeah,
Both
Max
of them.
is gapping now. 1.5 seconds between Sainz and
In a
Verstappen.
bit. Checked out.
Done.
And Charles got DRS on his
Goodbye.
teammate.
See ya.
Connect Mundo.
Oh.
0.5. Nah,
Oh.
not there. You
Leclerc?
got to set it
No,
up.
no, but he's not holding back though, is he?
You got to set it up, mate. In the same car, I don't know. I think it's unlikely. Pit stops, maybe, Shaw.
Maybe, but you know, Sainz with a flat spot on his front.
I forgot about that. It's a good shot.
I just wonder because we've already seen a few people coming for hard tyres now, so I obviously think they're going to get to the end.
Oh, yeah, it'll just be medium hard from here, innit?
Yeah.
That's the strategy.
But I guess
Or vice
the
versa.
Ferraris they could box before Verstappen to potentially try and undercut somewhat, but it depends how powerful that is, I guess. Not sure around here.
You also got to get someone into a gap as well. I'm not sure you would at this point. I think if you were like Sainz or Leclerc, you'd pit around like Stroll and Ocon and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Leclerc's all over Carlos.
I think there'll be a radio message.
I was about to say, I think we were about to get a call.
I mean, he did lock. He did
Charles
lock.
quicker
yeah.
than you.
I was just about to say. Charles Leclerc is quicker than you.
Oh, Sainz. He's actually bottled it.
You're being
fuming.
harsh, mate. He was all right.
I think he did pretty well up until that.
He did well, but now it's a wrap because now Leclerc's got better pace than him as well.
But I think that's the mistake is in thinking that you're going to hold Verstappen off for the whole race.
Nah, I'm not buying that, Shez.
If that's what you're thinking, you're
Oh,
going
here
to
we
yeah.
go.
Get him out. Get him away.
Carlos is struggling
Even
a little bit
Leclerc's
with-
talking about Carlos's rears, for fuck's sake.
There's a lot of people talking about Carlos's
Carlos's
rear
rear.
right now. I'm not gonna lie, that's all I'm saying.
There is a tax to be paid, keeping Max Verstappen behind you.
Yeah,
12
2.6
laps
seconds now.
This is it, right? This is it. Like,
You got to try though, Shez.
yeah.
Don't
but-
do the
gotta
Debbie
try.
Downer thing.
Roll
every
that
day.
dice.
this is what you're going to have
Yeah,
to
that's fine. But this is F1, and Carlos Sainz is to be applauded for trying, not just sacking it off. Man, he's paying a price.
Yeah, I respect that. I do respect that, to be
it
fair.
hard,
I just hope he doesn't lose in second place.
mate. It was-
Tyres are nearly finished. There we go. There's your Sainz tyre bingo.
They're gone.
18 for those that guessed.
Finito.
There we go.
Finito, mate.
There we go.
I think you look at Hamilton, by the way, it's about
You know.
9 seconds off of Russell. Maybe 10. But obviously harder compounded tyre, but he has been stuck behind the McLaren seemingly because he's been within a second of Norris for what feels like forever.
Yeah.
That's
the entire time
He's
he's been
looking
there.
decent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alex pulled off the undercut potentially there. I'm gonna try and do some.
We'll see. Yes, half a second now, Sainz and Leclerc. But they're not bringing Carlos in. They're quite happy to leave him out.
Because this gives Charles DRS for a little bit as well, doesn't it? Dragging him forward.
Yeah, for sure. Albon catching their attention. I hear that from Martin Brundle.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's lapping quickly, mate, on his new hard tyres.
Oh, yeah.
McLaren aren't covering them off just yet. Oh, so might be looking pretty good.
Here's the little McLaren Hamilton train.
She's just gonna kick back to a one long DRS train in a minute, isn't it?
Look like McLaren have called team orders. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, they can't do that, Tommo. They can't clip Oscar Piastri's wings. That's not the
It's got stain
at all.
No comment.
They can't do that. Niran can't advocate for that. Team
I
orders,
will
McLaren.
say nothing.
Okay.
That was an aggressive.
You can neither confirm nor deny.
I think given the position they're in, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth.
I think
swapping them
tactically
around
right now,
because you put Piastri at risk from Hamilton straight away if you try and
Yeah.
fuck about with it. You know,
Right now, you might as well just leave them. You know, I know Lando will probably be frustrated, but it's just like you want to try and ruin Lewis's race as much as you possibly can here.
like if I was to do it, I'd just box Lando earlier.
Yeah.
Get a bit of an undercut on Oscar, and then they should come out the other way around if I wanted to orchestrate that.
Oh, hello.
Here we go.
Science B-boxing.
Yeah, there you go. So
Tyres are ready. I can confirm to everyone the tyres are ready.
Tyres are ready this time. Red Bull were out in the pit lane there as well, and
Leclerc
no one in though. George Russell's in for Mercedes. Mercedes, mate.
So do Ferrari think they can
Scouse
pull the undercut on Max?
No chance.
Do they think that they can though?
No.
Nah, he gapped him by way too much.
Down the road, 2.6 before he.
No, fuck it. Let's believe.
Oh, well.
Let's
And Red
off
Bull
that
are
copium.
prepping. Look, well, Red Bull got to fuck up a pit stop at some point this year, haven't they?
Oh.
It's like Red
Have
Bull
they
have got to lose a
actually?
race this year.
Have they actually?
Eventually, haven't they?
Max is calling pit stop practice
Yeah.
in the bloody race.
Yeah.
That's- What is, I mean,
Science has come out right behind Bottas, apparently, by the way. In terms of like he's being held up by
yeah, that's not gonna.
Ouch.
Perez, a second and a half quicker than Leclerc that last
Wow.
lap as well, apparently.
What the hell?
George, outlap critical, yeah, because Perez is on a madness.
He's going to get a bit of a pull, a little bit of a tow along, bit of pull along from
Box, here we go. Yeah.
Charles. Box, Max.
Bit of practice. I mean, is it ever in doubt?
But this is the thing, when we talk about Max Verstappen winning 9 in a row, maybe 10 in a row today, it's all these little, like,
Something
the
like
team
that.
have just as much of a role to play
You're bang on there, mate.
without,
Mate.
and this pit stop will be, well, let's have a prediction, pit stop max time, 2.3.
1.9 or something.
It
It
is
was a bit of a longer one. They took their time.
2.5
let's go.
stinks.
So close.
Horrendous
time
for
of it.
Red Bull. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that wasn't great for Leclerc. Oh, no,
2.3 for Ferrari.
Take that.
That looked slower. I don't know why.
One of their 10,000. They've definitely been practicing.
Take that. No, they took their time with it, but they could afford to.
Bosh, there you go. And Leclerc's going to come out.
And behind Science, surely, right? Oh.
Oh, here we go, Ferraris.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, 2021.
Just behind Sainz. Oh. Wow, that couldn't have been much worse,
Fuming.
could it?
Oh, man, that would have been great if they'd come out alongside each other.
Is Leclerc going
In
to
the
fight him back
slipstream,
here,
right?
though?
Go on, Charles, mate.
He's going to be.
No, but his tyres are.
God, no.
Oh, forget about logic, though.
Ferrari Civil War in Monza. He's going for the move. Charles Leclerc on the outside.
Oh, my goodness me.
Carlos has
I
been
don't
very-
think it gets
That's not
any
where
closer
Martin
than that.
Brundle
You
was
know.
saying science has got his
Let him
tyres
race. Let him race.
Let him race.
Collective
Let
heart
him
rates
burn.
across Italy just skyrocketed.
I think Carlos has been very nice to him there. Gave him just enough space, just enough.
That got a little bit
Did get a
techie.
bit dicey, didn't it? Dicey.
That's the thing, yeah. Maybe Perez is at risk of taking a podium off of one of these two.
Oh,
Oh, hello.
So you've got Bottas letting Russell through behind. Here we go. Perez coming in.
Perez in. Oh, we're going to get Piastri leading the race. Go on.
Go on, Oscar.
easy money.
They're just machines, man.
Easy.
2.3. Oh, that one was 2.
That's crazy.
Never in doubt.
Honestly, I think they could do it in their sleep.
I
think they probably do. I think this is them being conservative.
Yeah. Facts.
Drilled upside
The
down.
rear jack guy just had a nap during the pit stop.
Zero
and
gravity.
they still smashed it.
Mate, they're just.
Both Ferraris ahead of.
Oh,
my
look,
gosh, we're still at
Leclerc,
it.
go on, mate. This is
Leclerc's-
getting a little bit. Get me. I don't get nervous. Put a little bit away. You know what I mean?
You've got to be careful now that Perez is behind them.
Yeah.
This is
Exactly.
stakes. This is team order.
It's every man for themselves now, I think.
Lewis in a podium position. Brilliant.
Yeah,
It is by definition
at least
fuck
their
the Feds
strategy's not
territory.
as affordable.
Well,
McLaren won too, I heard.
Well, you get a little safety car now, and then McLaren's and Lewis get a free pit stop.
Oh my god.
Stranger things.
Yeah.
But Lewis has got to make these hards last,
Last,
hasn't he?
yeah.
'Cause he's
Yeah,
got to
that
chuck
safety
mediums
car
on.
now would be horrendous for
Hamilton,
for Lewis,
yeah.
low-key.
But he's stuck behind these McLarens. Who are
I think this is what he was trying to do in Zandvoort. If the rain hadn't come, this is what he would have done.
Fair. That's fair. But they knew the rain was going to come, as they should have done. Just saying.
Well, I guess the thing is, like, you know, the McLarens being close together defends them from Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But it's Albon they've got to worry about, I guess, because he's pitted.
never mind. Lando's in.
Really?
Where's Lando's in? There you go.
Oh, Piastri's going to be fuming.
He is, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Undercut.
I called it.
I mean, that is the way you do it. If you want to
Little
swap them
discreet one.
covertly, but it's not very covert. 'Cause
But
we
I
all know
re-
what's happening.
Exactly. I definitely hope Oscar's going to say something about that over there.
Yeah. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean, mate?
What do you mean?
Scouse as well. Oscar Piastri.
That is what they sound like in Melbourne.
I'd love. There must be like
shrimp on
some
the
kind of
barbie.
AI software that can make every F1 driver scouse.
Gosh.
GP2 engine.
Someone please make it out. Come on, please.
Right,
Must
House
exist.
F1 drivers are
Science
needed.
with a faster slap. What's going on there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's found a pace now.
I mean, it's a bit late, but still.
Oh, Ocon and Russell under investigation for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Don't even know what that is.
Gaining.
Gaining.
You sounded a bit scouse when you said
He's
it.
gaining an advantage, mate. He's left the track.
Motor Razor. This is throwback, isn't it?
Oh, wait.
Here we go. Russell knock on.
Oh, God, what's kicked off here
He's
then?
such a
Russell
terrorist.
pit exit.
Come out the
people
pit
making
lane.
late
He's
Look at
boxed
this
him, hasn't he?
Oh my God,
Oh,
you
Georgie boy. Has
George
he not given it back?
He must have not given it back. He literally just drove straight.
Brother,
You know,
he's
and
just not hit the
Ocon
brakes.
saying over the radio what Perez said.
I don't think you could do
The
that.
thing is, Ocon's fallen so far back that George is just like, oh,
Yeah, our Piastri's in.
Gotta
That
go.
surely that's going to be a time penalty, no? Because like,
yeah, the team needs to be telling George to give that position
well, he
back. for
can't
sure.
now because he's got Bottas and Albon
True.
in between and Piastri. Like,
Go back
Yeah,
straight
it's,
away.
it's worth taking the 5 seconds now.
What
Yeah.
is going on here?
Right,
Yeah,
where's
the plan
Piastri
is
coming out
carry
relative to Lando?
Leclerc needs
See?
to pick up the pace, didn't he?
2
I think he's going to be behind.
Yeah,
Honestly,
he's-
because Lando's pit stop was very good as well.
Come on,
Through goes Ocon.
Hold
He's going to hold
Norris
on.
is ahead.
There he is.
No.
Piastri, Norris,
Well done,
contact.
Oh, God. Please both be okay. Oh, God. Penalty Jordan's got a driving penalty, yeah.
Because he didn't
5
give it back.
seconds.
Naughty, naughty.
Come on.
I don't. He's not really under threat from anyone. I don't think it'll affect him that much.
Oh, this is the first of.
Oh
The
my
McLarens.
God.
Oh God! You're lucky.
Yeah,
Lucky there's no damage there, by the way.
Bottas, Oscar.
How do you know, Niran? I reckon there's.
I mean,
Well, that is kind of on Oscar.
Yeah. I mean,
He's kind of on
Lando's
Oscar,
gone
but-
as wide as humanly possible. But he's just on cold tyres, isn't it? So.
Oh, the
2021.
don't play the
PTSD.
scene. Don't play the scene radio,
Flashbacks.
please.
Oh my.
I don't want to hear it, but I kind of do.
Stay out.
Look how close he's though. He's going to nail him like
Flashback,
long before
PTSD.
turn one. It'll be down
Abu
the road
Dhabi.
by turn one. Look at this. Oh,
12
Bye.
an hour, like down there.
Boring, man. I really wish Lewis and Max could battle again.
One day.
You know,
Damn.
one day.
I miss
That makes me
I miss
feel
those
so sad.
days.
That's almost as bad as when Max lapped Lewis that time in Imola or whatever. Like that's just landmark.
I miss those days.
Oh goodness gracious.
One day they'll be back.
Well, at least Lewis is running in clean air here, so I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he can push it to get the soft on at the end. Maybe
I doubt
it was a stretched, but
don't share the optimism.
I don't know if it's a race tyre.
yeah, exactly.
Ocon in Alpine really stink today, don't they?
Yeah, oh yeah, mate.
Goodness
vile.
gracious.
Vile. 2.6.
Carlos Sainz fastest again.
And Piastri and Norris is technically being noted. I don't know if it's under investigation yet.
Has there been
I
any?
don't
Has
think
there
it
been
needs
any?
anything.
No Macca team radio. They've got to be on.
They've not played anything.
Yeah,
They've
they've
gotta be
embargoed that, mate.
It will come out. The PRT were like, no, destroy
say
it,
anything.
kill it all.
So
Yes,
Albon
he
stayed
burned
ahead
the
of both
tapes.
of them, right?
Yeah,
There
he
we
did.
go.
Yeah, he pitted way earlier. He pitted like
Yeah.
6,
Yeah.
7 laps
and
there.
Bottas
He's
still
a
has to. Yeah, there's,
Bit of
like-
a beast on his
bro.
tyres.
there's a little dark horseness going on there.
That's it. Still ahead of the McLarens.
And Bottas is just chilling.
Yeah, Bottas is just like, give me a safety car.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
That's why. He did the same as Lewis, didn't he? He started on the hards.
Yeah. So Bottas still has to pit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perez is very close to Leclerc here, by the way.
No,
He's got DRS.
Oh, yeah, of course.
DRS training. Of course.
And Perez doesn't like his brakes, so...
Well, maybe one of them in Victor Marta in the F2 race got his DRS stuck open.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got meatball flagged.
That is a bit dangerous, though.
It was a bit sketchy.
It's tough, right? With so many quick call. Like, imagine doing fucking what's it called, a Scari, with your DRS open.
Mate,
impossible.
You cannot.
It happened to
Or
Fernando
Parabolica.
in Bahrain in one of the races that
Mate,
Red Bull won.
That's
Bottas has come in, by the way.
One of the races.
Piastri replay of the incident
Oh God.
with his teammate.
Right. And he's just going to drift wide, isn't he?
that's 100% Oscar.
Oscar, sorry.
That is definitely
You
Oscar.
can't, you
Oh no, Oscar just didn't quite get it slowed down enough.
Oh, get away.
not even at the right angle, is he?
Whoa, you can hear Lado. Oh,
Yeah, he's gonna be cursing. What is he doing?
what's he doing?
Oh, do we get a shot of Lando's side pod?
We did not. We did not. Well, look, I mean, it's happened. I remember Sonoda taking out Gasly at Silverstone. That was there's been some iconic teammate comings together over the years, isn't there?
There has been.
I mean, Mercedes have many that they can lean back. What's been the
worst one?
or like most egregious teammates coming together?
Yeah.
Barcelona was chaos.
I mean,
wait, more than Senna Prost in 88, 89.
But that was like
Oh, I thought you were just doing Mercedes, to be fair.
so many examples.
But that was like, I don't know, Mercedes was bored. Like, you didn't know whether that was always going to happen with Senna and Prost. Always.
That was bubbling for ages.
It was the whole championship. It was like two greats. Like, I think Senna and Prost is like the most iconic, but I think like the actual storyline
that they were friends back in a day. I don't know, it's more.
Yeah, well, we've talked about this on the show before, haven't we? Of like, which is the most iconic rivalry. And I think I had Hamilton versus Rosberg, and it is the fact that they used to be mates back in the day, like childhood friends. Like, that is the added storyline to all of it.
Something about the crash as well, bro. The way the crash happened.
Oh, what, the Barcelona one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cinematic, isn't it?
It's just crazy.
So, yeah.
Science passes Hamilton.
It's a good quality crash. No,
Shout out Sharifson for the super chat, by the way. Cameron Shez for the rest of the season.
Oh, that's
sign them up. Long-term contract.
Long-term deals.
Oh, Hamilton's getting overtaken left, right, and centre here. On his hard. Very used
Perez
hard.
next.
Perez is all over him.
Is Lewis coming in?
Before he even gets out of Parabolica, that's insane.
Yeah, Lewis is in.
Off the hards. I'm going to be honest with you, lads. He's going to be on mediums,
Yeah,
though,
it has
isn't
to
he?
be, doesn't it?
We'll see. Will Mercedes have played
hards on?
No, they haven't.
2.8? Yeah, imagine that.
At least the pit stop's not 3 bloody seconds like it was last time.
Well,
take that. That's positive news.
Oh, the McLaren's already through, mate. Is he behind Alonso?
Oh, he's behind Alonso as well. Yeah. He's behind Fernando. I mean, he has got fresher tyres.
Now we know.
Look, once Lewis's tyres come in, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's going to be flying. He's going to be setting fast.
It's all right. It's all right, Cam. Don't worry.
It's all right.
Fine.
It's coming. It's going to come back to him eventually.
He's going to smash this mic.
Wow.
Jeez, no.
I really want a Liam Lawson point today, by the way. He's still P11.
Let's see.
On Lawson watch.
P11.
Because everyone is, he's just done the contra to everybody else, but he's now on the mediums when the track's rubbered in a bit more, so you will go faster.
Yeah. Cars are a bit lighter now.
He's going to be quick.
He's not seeing it. He's not seeing it.
Not seeing the vision.
He's not seeing the vision. Yeah, it would be mad if Lawson got the point, because De Vries never got a point for AlphaTauri. Ricardo, in the 2 races he didn't get a point.
Oh my God, yeah, could you imagine?
Lewis is be fuming.
It's a long way to go on this damn tyre,
He
man.
says that all the time. He loves saying stuff like this.
What does that actually mean?
I feel like there's damage
I'm really
management
happy
going on here.
But I could go longer.
but I can do it. Yeah. That's the thing, like, Lewis has talked about this in the past. I remember when, because Lewis is a driver who gets stick for his complaints on the radio. And I remember he did a segment with Martin Brundle, and he was just saying that, like, he's learned that actually that's just what he's like in the car. Yeah. And, like, the team understand that, and they understand how to manage him when he's getting a bit flustered behind the wheel because that's just in his character.
Yeah.
And actually, because people say, "Oh, he's going to give up." Like, no, he's not going to give up.
Nah.
He
He
just
just likes the voice.
he wears his heart on his sleeve.
frustration.
And in fact, I thought it was really interesting.
And he's past Alonso, by the way.
I thought it was really interesting listening to what Lando Norris said this week, that he finds it really difficult to listen to himself back on the radio because he says he sounds like an idiot. And then Andrea Stella saying, well, actually, no, we want him to do that because that's what champions do.
Gotta have a wine.
Got to have a wine.
No, Lewis does have a wine. I think he's been a patron saint this year, chaps, I'll be honest. No, but like if I put myself in his position, after 21, promised the bloody a rocket ship, nowhere in sight for the last 16 months.
Not listened to as much as he'd like to have been.
Didn't listen to him
well.
about keeping Bottas. Didn't listen to him about the design philosophy. Like I think he's entitled to have a cheeky moan, is Lewis, and I think he's been all right, man. Haven't heard much from him.
Checo's very close to
Perez,
Charlotte.
I was about to say Perez is red. I know they're both going to have DRS here, but
What do you guys think about this camera, lads? I'd rather see it on the hoop, to be honest. I'm not overly enamoured.
go on, Sergio. Oh my word!
Is he going to get it slowed down? He is.
I think for the whole race, it would be too much. But for certain little moves like that, actually,
Yeah.
it's quite fun to see what.
Yeah. I'd get
drivers
motion
do.
sick if it was on the
I
whole
don't
time.
like it, you know. I'm past it. I'm over it now. I want to see the hoop. Like back
There's been a couple of times. Here we go.
This is Lando v Albon.
too far.
Go away, Lando.
You can't do anything around
Go on,
your
mate.
Oh, it's fine. Come on, Alex.
Go on, lad.
So Lewis
Come on, you got your
is
NASCAR,
what,
mate.
6
It's fine.
seconds behind Piastri, then roughly, if we call it a net.
Are you thinking that he's got 21 laps to do something?
Yeah,
Maybe.
with them on the hards,
Maybe, mate. Maybe.
bottled up behind Albon.
Well, we've kind of all leveled out now. We've got Sainz 6 seconds off of Max. Leclerc is second behind Sainz, and then Perez half a second off Leclerc.
Did they just say Albon might be thinking about doing a 2-stop, by the way? Because of the hard tyre.
Well, I mean, he did go onto it early, but he wasn't the only one. So
Yeah.
maybe he'll be waiting to see if anyone else does. But I mean,
Checo's having a gander.
the thing is, it's good in a straight line, but it doesn't have the downforce to preserve the tyre, does it? So
Yeah.
True.
Fastest lap for Max, yeah, say less.
say-
Don't worry about it. Is Leclerc in DRS here? He's not. Oh, that might be a stinker for Ferrari. Sergio Perez is arriving on the scene.
Oh, he's
Round
got
outside into turn one.
late break Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you now, Sergio Perez, he's got a sponge on his brakes.
Go on then, Checo. Try
Oh,
it.
this is going to be.
This could be the one.
Checo Perez, do not do what Max Verstappen did. This is going to be death. Don't do it. You cannot do that.
Oh, no.
That's
This is
right.
great. I like this.
Did that?
pushed him onto the.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Leclerc's got a
We've
bit
seen
of
that.
history with that
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah.
for Lewis, isn't it? Yeah. Leclerc, little shove onto the grass there for Sergio.
Reckon he'll get anything for that? Fine margins.
It was minor.
little
Very
bit of
fine
a.
margins.
It's a sticky one, but
Did he give him?
Oh, yeah.
I guess he's Checo far enough alongside to be.
To have earned the space. Huh?
Exactly.
yeah.
She couldn't really tell from that
Need to
front
see the
end.
other angle, yeah. This is not going to last very long, though, because Science is now out of DRS range as well.
Thing is, Science won't want to drop. I get why Science won't want to drop back to
Yeah,
try
because
and
then he'll
pull
just
Leclerc
get
over.
overtaken, yeah. He wants to-
We've heard that story before, haven't we, at Silverstone?
Right.
They weren't doing it then.
Yeah.
To be fair, Checo, you were actually right that time. You were actually forced off that time.
Also, Hugh Bird, you're faster, you're going to get him. which-
Exactly. There's no point.
There we
like,
go.
asking for a
He's
penalty
going to
for that.
nail him.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
time.
you're going to overtake him now.
Yeah,
There
easy.
we go.
Bye.
Sergio Perez. Bye, have a good time.
Before
Oh, I tell you what, Leclerc, under braking, thought about it. That was a kamikaze dive.
He thought he considered it.
He thought he was him.
He thought-
In the end, he was not.
Here we go. Did anybody pick Verstappen and Checo? 1 and 2.
1-2. I did not.
I don't know. Yeah, no, we didn't. Did you? Of course not. No.
No,
Bit
2
there.
Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls.
Keep those
Albon.
betting slips.
Of course.
Albon.
Albon. Checo gets the job done. Up to P3.
Lewis isn't really catching the McLarens as quickly as I thought he would catch them, by the way. It's like a little caveat.
Look what I'm
No, no. It was, yeah, because it was 5.5 and now it's 4.5. I'm like 4 laps now.
Lawson's got a good gap to Joe, but he's 4 seconds off of Alonso. Lawson's going to need a retirement in the top 10 to get a point, I think.
Yeah. Or an Albon 2 stop.
Or an
Question mark?
Albon, yeah, or a Williams bottle.
Yeah.
Alex
Williams
is doing
bottle.
that.
Yeah.
Tyre whisperer Albon's not going to do something.
Nah, I think he's got this, unless he's got problems.
No.
That's the thing. That straight line speed is probably enough to protect his position.
Unless it falls off a cliff, because then he will actually have no tyre. But it's
Because the McLarens are still pretty slow through the speed traps relative to the rest of the field. They're not as slow as they were in Spa, obviously, but
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That was depression.
that was mad.
That
Wrong
was
setup.
horrendous.
What happens? It's what happens when you set up for rain and it doesn't come out.
Science thinks it'll be tight to make it to the
I love that. Okay, try your best. Just try. We'll give you a golden star at the end if you manage it, mate.
That's all you can do.
Just said to him, so just come in then, mate.
Yeah.
Come in and
Bit
ruin your race.
Liam Lawson needs a point. Just bit
Yeah, come in. Get your GP out. I love GP when he's had enough of Max. He's like, what do you want us to do, mate?
Yeah.
I feel like the sass has increased
Yeah,
since,
definitely.
since all of the articles talking about it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Every opportunity to be sassy, he's being sassy.
Yeah, I love
GP's
it.
had enough.
I
He's
think they're
like,
both leaning into it.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's good marketing.
It's like a brother relationship. It's like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do?
yeah.
Tell you what, you get out of the car then. I'll drive
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, a pit stop, we'll do a swap.
Yeah, all right.
Sweet, fine.
You think you can do my job, mate?
Yeah.
I reckon GP would give it a go.
Yeah.
Imagine the conversation that they must have had on the back of Lewis's qualifying session, though, when he should have taken GP's advice that he didn't get from Bono, by the way.
They gave him a 2-year extension.
We haven't even mentioned that today, have we, by the way?
No, we haven't got into
Lewis
that.
and George 2025.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Hashtag welcome Hamilton. Hashtag welcome Russell.
No. Take it. A bit of certainty.
It's a matter of time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Him and Toto were flirting again, though, by the way.
They always do. Can't help themselves.
Yeah.
They were fighting.
They're flirting.
That's it. Quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite.
Oh, I don't know if I've signed this contract yet. It's like, bruv, we know you have. Like, it's fine. Like, we know you're going to be here next year. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. What do you think George thinks about that? Because obviously, when he came into the team, I'm sure he was hoping that he would take over from Lewis, right? Surely.
I would agree with that, Tommy.
Surely.
George can't be pleased. And then 2 years.
To do 3 years in a Williams and then get a shit Mercedes,
Bro.
and then
And
Lewis
Lewis
actually is hungrier than ever.
I think it's the 2-year extension that's a bit of a 2 fingers up at George Russell. 2 years for Lewis at 40 years old or whatever, but 2 George.
Yeah, but I do think that's more on
That's not-
George's side, though.
Yeah, you
it
did
must
say
be because I think he's just thinking I don't want to be stuck here for 5 years if they're gonna.
reckon?
That we're there.
Because I mean, Leclerc got his big contract, Lando got his big contract.
I think
their
that's
teams
chaos
respective,
for
so-
me.
Max,
Has
big
Leclerc
contract
got
as
his
well.
big contract?
Max,
Oh, Max has, yeah.
8
but-
years.
Max, and Lando got a big one till
5 years.
well, yeah,
25.
it was 5 years, and then Leclerc he got a 5 year as well,
Yeah,
didn't
but
he?
they're all taking it to the end of this rule cycle, which I think is a smart thing.
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that is
fair.
Yeah.
But then how are you going to know? Because it's mainly the engines. They're the biggest component that is changing. I mean, maybe there'll be some aero tweaks as well. But
You're not going to know.
Yeah, but I think the active aero is going to be a big thing. So Adrian Newey is still going to have a big part in this to play. And if Max makes good on his whole, I'm gonna quit in the next 3
28.
seasons.
That's chaos.
Could be,
Mate,
could be the best car on the grid available,
without him in it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a long way off, though, isn't it?
That's not
That's
gonna
a
happen.
long way off.
That's
Albon Radio doing a great job at the
We
minute.
are getting some 2 stoppers, by the way. The Liam Lawson dream might be over. He's pitted again. Zhou's pitted again.
roll the dice. I don't hate that from Liam. I don't hate that.
Hamilton's down to 3.7.
Sergeant P11.
Oh, go on then. Williams double points. Who says no?
Oof.
Haas, probably, but
Good,
that's okay. We don't care. That's fine.
getting round the line zone, mate.
We don't care.
We don't care.
Verstappen just out here, just time trialing by himself.
Yeah, 8 seconds clear of science, just managing that gap.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Norris Radio.
Appreciate it. It's excellent.
Oh, yeah, why aren't you appreciating it, Cameron?
I do appreciate it. It knows levels, but it would be nicer to see somebody out there. I mean, that science interaction for a couple of laps was decent, right? It's a breath of fresh air.
McLaren's are struggling, although Lando's quite close to Alex this time around.
Just doesn't have the straight line speed. He's going to need Albon's tyres to literally just fall off. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, that would help.
That would to be fair, that would do the job too.
That would
but-
also help.
yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of people further down the line would want that.
yeah. Logan Sargent's doing like juju
really
right now.
slow in a straight line, aren't they?
Yeah,
McLaren.
shocker.
Yeah. And he's probably using most of his battery as well, because obviously he's conserving to try and make a move. But
I find that interesting as well, given that all of McLaren's upgrades have been about trying to get aero efficiency and do what Red Bull do.
Run out of budget, mate. That's what.
well, McLaren was saying, for Spa, they just didn't really have.
They didn't have a rear
They
wing,
didn't
did
have
they?
a low downforce rear wing, so they just had to kind of make the best. And
Even here, they've got
shave off the medium.
lower downforce rear wing, but it's still not quite enough, right?
Well, they're shaving off the mediums.
yeah,
Makeshift.
a lot of the teams are doing that. And you can see the big cutouts in the. I kind of because I've seen some people criticize the cost cap for being like, oh, we're not seeing these perfectly. Like every component is brand new, and it's all. But I kind of, you look at the exposed carbon, you see it a lot on the Mercedes where they're changing things up, and you can see where like winglets used to be, and then they've kind of ripped them off, and then. Kind of, but I kind of like that. It feels like genuine. I don't know. There's some like authenticity to it. I think. 2-0.
This was in the
3-0.
Wow, cooking.
Cooking.
We've got to that level.
Mo Salah's
I
last
agree.
game, but I digress. I disagree with you, Tommo.
Why? Go
That's
on.
not F1
So why not?
for me.
Why not?
That's not the F1 that I know and love and have grown up with.
Is it not though?
What makeshift like?
Yeah, isn't that what it used to be like in the 70s, 80s, 90s? Like,
Yeah.
Makeshift putting tape on the bloody DRS thing and sport. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that.
what's wrong with
you?
that? What's wrong with that?
Grit about that.
What's wrong with it?
Right.
I want to see Mercedes and Red Bull and those who have the financial capability and resource throw 400 million at a problem and fix it. Because that for
Why?
me, because that's F1. The F1 is not F1.
Well,
Let's
then
not,
it's just about who has the most money.
but let's not kid ourselves, Tommo. F1 has always been that, right?
But does it always have to be that way going forward?
So I definitely.
Isn't that the point of the cost cap?
Yeah, that is the point of the cost cap. But okay, so maybe I'm not saying get rid of the cost cap completely, but in an era where it's cost of living and it's hyperinflation, and interest rates potentially.
So there's even less of a reason than ever to throw 400 million at a problem when the
Cost of
world.
living crisis.
But maybe
yeah,
what we're
facts.
saying then is, I just think cost cap. Okay, let's not be as elitist as I'm being as a Red Bull. But the likes of this is something that you've complained about for Williams, right? They just don't have even the capital.
Yeah, but
Even the capital landscape to fix their bloody factory or their wind tunnel.
that's a specific problem, right?
Increase the cost cap, then, mate. Done.
I don't think
Problem
I don't
solved.
think that is the answer because you're then going to be in the same position that you were before. That
Hamilton loves his. Sorry, Hamilton team radio. I love my brakes.
I love my brakes. I tell you what, Lando might be loving his
sarcastic,
brakes.
isn't
We
he?
can get past Albon.
Oh, here we go. Norris on
the
Albon.
outside, Lando. This is as close as he's been.
he get it
round the
around the
outside.
sausage car.
Don't
Showing
go
the
over
edge of the track there by Alex.
It's not the
You have to give that position back,
Yeah,
obviously.
people give it.
Yeah.
Don't go past that sausage curb.
Oh.
I can't believe Lewis Hamilton just said, I love my brakes, just calmly.
So the brakes are looking okay at the moment, but any saving we can do later, we're going to be hammering them when we get close to these cars ahead.
Fucking hell.
Okay. I mean, again, Lewis has got the mediums on, so he's hoping to have more performance when he catches up to
So, young Piastri.
the rest. This was close, very close.
Very close. You can't
Alex
get
just
past-
showed him the edge of the road.
Yeah, nice.
He shouldn't. I think
pushed
should
me
have-
off.
Should have sat that off.
Yeah,
ages
there we
ago.
go. Yeah.
Lando, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Did Alex
Agree.
force him off
For
there?
no reason. That's a bit of arrogance.
A
there.
wedge that was always.
Did Alex?
open.
Yeah, it's a bit of arrogance.
It's one of them where it's just two into one
can't-
doesn't
yeah,
go.
you
Alex
can't
does try. He doesn't hit the apex. He does try and give him a bit of space. It is tight.
There's nothing. There's nowhere. That's not the racing line.
These
Get out of the way.
cars, the worst thing is to
See them
want
going
to-
over the
Yeah,
bumps.
exactly. Because everything is
Bits just dropping off.
awful. That's the reason for not.
Go on then, Tommo. Tell me about cost cap. What's your solve? Where's the silver bullet? Because
There's
I
not
don't
a
think this
silver
is
bullet.
working. When he's got, you don't
course there's
just
not.
keep it as is.
Well, I think that ultimately it's the responsibility of the teams to catch up with Red Bull. It's not the responsibility of the rule makers to change the rules to cover the inadequacy of Ferrari
because Red
and
Bull
Mercedes.
are best at everything.
I don't think that's 100% true, Tommo.
Go on.
I think this is very like we turned into news night.
Go on. Go on. Why not?
Here's the thing. I reckon. All right. So within the remit of the FI, there are two portions, right? The safety of all the participants, the drivers, pit crew, those in attendance, and competition. It is absolutely within the FI's remit. When it gets to a well, not I'm not even going to talk about the extent of the dominance. Like, they need to make sure that teams are competitive.
And they are.
Right?
But Max is the differentiating factor.
Wow, that's chaos.
Of course he is.
Wow.
Of course he is. Look at Checo. Like he's not dominating. Like he's second in the Drivers' Championship, but he's not dominating that position.
If Max wasn't in this race, Sainz would still be winning.
So I will take your point, right? In that
That's chaos.
I will definitely take your point that Red Bull are so far ahead that having a cost cap is hindering everybody else. But there are certain specific reasons for why that is happening. Teams like Williams did not have any money prior to the cost cap to create the infrastructure that they needed. Oh no, what's happened here?
That's a Haas getting lapped.
I was just laughing. Yeah.
Magnussen getting out of the way.
So, given that this is a brand new thing, there's never been a cost cap before. Number one, to expect it to work like that is just it's just completely unrealistic. So with that in mind, expecting that there would need to be some tweaks, and that includes having a capital expenditure leeway, a catch-up way of doing that every sort of 4 or 5 seasons.
Sorry. By the way, quickly, lads. Oh, here we go.
Lewis versus Piastri.
Oh, don't mind that.
On the outside, Piastri holds.
Piastri's got to let it through there.
Do you think so?
Piastri didn't make the corner. Yeah, he didn't make the corner.
Yeah, he's gained an
I think they'll be.
It's slightly different to the one earlier, isn't it?
Let's give the gap back.
You can't. That's literally what Max did to Lewis in Saudi in 21. Like you can't not make the corner, defending on the inside. And then just
I think they'll stay out of it.
Anyway.
I think the FIA will just do one of these and
hello.
bird box.
It's all coming together as well. Sergio Perez right on the back of Carlos here as well. Fucking sparks just hit the camera. Sergio to the outside.
No chance. Give it up, mate. You can
Late break.
He doesn't love his brakes.
Go on then, Tommo.
No, we also, by the way, we had McLaren do a dummy pit stop to try and entice Albon to pit. But
It didn't work.
Which they're not allowed to do that.
They're not allowed to do that.
No, they're not. They're not allowed. You're not allowed to.
I mean, there has to be
knowingly.
There has to be a reasonable chance that the driver.
But they can always make out like the
It's one of them rules.
How to police that realistically?
Go on then, Thomas. So what you're saying is, for clarification, that Red Bull, without Max Verstappen and the Mergucci, as far as
if they had two Checos, they wouldn't be dominating the championship.
Not the way they are, but
maybe points wise they'd be clear, but like dominating race by race. Look at the gaps that Perez has only been pulling 20-second gaps on the field at the start of this year.
Jeez, Lewis.
Should have him now.
Oh no!
Big contact. Piastri, Hamilton.
Oh my word!
Piastri almost certainly has damage.
Yeah, he's got front wing damage. It's his end plate.
Is there going to be a pump?
Oh my word!
Yeah, that could.
Did Lewis kind of drive across Piastri?
I'm gonna need to see the replay of that, but that looks like
he did a cheeky
big front wing damage.
Yeah.
Lewis was on the inside.
Piastri's been in the wars today, hasn't he?
Piastri's in the.
corner just before.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm not gonna lie. Sergio Perez versus Carlos Sainz, part 47. We go again.
Here we go. We've got a little crescendo in the race here.
Oops.
Sergio Perez to the outside.
Still can't get it done,
mate.
If anyone can let us know in the chat whether Sergio Perez actually has brake issues, that'd be great because I genuinely.
Sainz just seems to be able to brake later, doesn't he?
No, everyone is braking later than him. He had the same with Leclerc as well when he was trying to overtake him.
They say confidence on the brakes around Monza is everything.
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see that Hamilton.
I need to see that again, because it looked a bit like he just gave Oscar no space.
Yeah, no,
Oscar was on the outside. Well. Lewis was on the inside, but seemed to.
Sad boy hours. Oscar Piastri in. Points taken away.
And this means top 5 for Albon. No. He's not on still because they were behind.
It means top 10 potentially for Logan Sargent.
And Lawson's P14 now. For some
reason. He pitted, didn't he?
Shame.
Right, let's see this then. Because was he right to the edge of the track or?
Yeah, he did have space, and then he's there.
I think Lewis. That's on Lewis, I think.
Lewis,
yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
much.
that was a bit. Didn't need to do that.
Yeah, I
didn't need to do that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Bless.
What do you think? That on Lewis?
100%.
Yeah.
Like I knew it before. He just tried to widen that angle of the corner, right? Just a tad.
Just too much. Piastri didn't have.
Oh, hello. Aye. Carlos moving, not too late, but
Checo's gone for the outside.
He's going across.
Again, that's
Don't they learn that that's not you can't make that move there like that.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Just doesn't work.
Not with like a front wing up the
are,
inside.
like-
It's going to end in tragedy.
That is a space that's
you
always
have to
going to
be
close.
like fully.
It's just not going
There
to.
is a lot of frustration in that cockpit right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
There's a few cockpits, I think, that are full of frustration right now.
Valtteri Bottas half a second off a point. Go on, lad.
He's moving really out.
No, he's not.
I disagree.
Sergio, you're back. It's 2-1.
No,
He's
that
to
wasn't that
false accusations.
Piastri Hamilton under investigation, causing a collision.
That's going to be it has to be a Lewis penalty, no?
Lewis is going to get a
Yeah,
penalty.
this is why Lewis is going to have to get his foot down.
Because Alonso's
He'll
4
lose
seconds
that to
behind him.
Alonso, yeah.
He could still hold on to P8.
Has he got damage, though? That's the question.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was going to be something, I would have thought it. Well, you're right. It could be the rear end of the floor.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Bottas has got Sargent.
Oh,
No Logan Sargent points. Fuck.
Set it up
Logan.
properly, Checo. Set it up properly, mate.
oh, apparently he's reporting the rear end feels different to how it did
God.
Lewis.
Okay.
Is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Mercedes are like,
This is the solve we've needed all season.
has he just put a new side pod on the car?
Set it up,
Oscar
mate.
crushed the new side pod on that side, so they've only got one side pod.
yeah. That's the way.
See, yeah, there you go. Perez radio.
This is the difference between the two of them, isn't it?
He did the same to Max. Just see him off. Just see him off.
Just see him off.
That's a bit.
That's
a bit risky here.
Checo
Just see him off.
Got that in his locker.
see him off the track.
See him off. Farewell.
Farewell. Goodbye, sir.
Okay. And we got the periphery of the points as well. Stroll's got up to P12. I mean, fair enough.
Well,
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's all right, I guess.
Can't get past.
Last.
Nah.
He's not too far. Actually, no, he's quite far.
Oh, Norris has got a run on Alex here.
Ooh,
Been
why?
informed. 5-second penalty, Hammer.
There we go.
That's
Yeah,
that's
now
lenient.
he's going to have to.
Norris
drive that.
Albon.
He's gonna
Keep
have
it
to drive.
clean, boys.
Oh, not again, lads.
Albon breaks later.
That's how you do it.
Good.
There we go.
Smart.
That's it.
He's just
Well done, Alex.
Smart, loyal.
Loyal.
Yeah, Piastri's just taken fastest lap. Go on, lad.
Okay.
Oh, with his new front wing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Just
Fernando's got a shot of P8, yeah?
yeah, he has. Oh, goodness me, that slide for Lando. That's going to put him under pressure.
Yeah.
Down towards Ascari.
Yeah, just don't do it again.
can't. Just
Just don't. do
Imagine
it again.
kamikazes, both McLaren out of the
Why
race.
did the producer cut to this?
Immediately off the Christmas card list.
No. No.
Sergio, please just try and break late.
nothing
Perez
there.
Sainz.
Are you going to learn at some point?
No.
Is he going to learn?
Does he think that that's actually the
Is
way the
he
track
go-
is?
I think
He's still ahead.
he's just taking a position. Fuck it.
He's staying ahead.
So he's just flown off the car as well there.
Yep, he's
He's
letting
gone over the sausage curves about
He's trying to
7
be
times
strategic
today.
with it, though, isn't he?
Smart, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to try and
Have a
swap
go
back
in.
down into here.
No.
He just launches it.
This time he's
scrap this.
convinced me
Oh,
of your
hello.
point, mate.
Lewis v. Lando. Oh, God, I'm getting the fear.
Oh no.
Into turn one.
Oh, but he's done it.
Hamilton round the outside.
Oh,
That's
my
how
God.
you do it.
How you do it? Yeah, good
again.
move.
That was contact. Right rear. Oh, no.
So
Mate,
good.
that worked out quite nicely, I thought.
Cooking.
That was a nice move.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lawson's ahead of
Awesome.
Stroll.
That's Stroll. Come on, lad.
I would argue that is
Go on,
his
Liv.
signature move.
Oh, yeah,
ran outside
Stroll
of that.
now.
Stroll's
Yeah.
dropping like a...
Oh, no.
You got
Oh, no, he's not.
Oh,
Can we see?
I don't
Can
know
we
what's
see that?
going on here.
No? Perez radio?
fuming.
He's not leaving. He's still moaning.
Yeah, Perez is moving again.
He's still moaning.
Set it up, mate, properly. Stop trying to...
Mate, the pace round the parabolic that
Oh,
Perez
he's so
has
close
is
now.
crazy.
So close.
That is insane. He's just fired that round there. That Red Bull is disgusting.
But why are you following him?
That was a bit late from
Yeah,
Carlos. I thought.
yeah. I'll lock up
Oh, he's
again.
got
Go on.
Got him.
Got him.
Yeah, well,
Can he slow it down though?
Just about.
my
Sergio
God.
finally takes P2.
gotta be careful. Oh, no, he's got it.
That was close.
Made it way harder than it needed to be.
That was very close.
Oh, here we go. Look at that top 5, chaps.
Oh, Verper.
Have you got it totally right?
Russ,
Oh my goodness.
As we are.
Oh my God.
As we are.
Cameron cooking. There we go.
Oh,
Hamilton
it's
and
cooking.
Albon.
Hamilton's got to get a
Oh
shake
God,
on.
I've got
He's-
flashbacks. I've got flashbacks
Oh, no.
from
Brazil.
Brazil and Austria. Albon
Switch back into
defends,
there.
but
Can we
Hamilton's
do
going to get a good run here.
Not
Can't do
again.
it. Can't do it. Doesn't have the traction.
He's going to get a good run on Alex.
Yeah, he's got
This
the
is what I
traction,
mean
hasn't he?
from here.
The new mediums.
Can you
Oh, Alex was on the white line. You almost lost it.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell.
He's too busy looking in his mirrors. He's not looking in front of
He's
him.
not looking at the track.
The thing is, he's only got like 5
Never
laps, hasn't he,
punished.
to get.
He's got a good drive out of there, Lewis. Though.
Yeah, he's going to have to get a shake on after this. If,
Yeah,
if he can
yeah.
overtake Albon on this lap, he's going to have to
Why is he
lap
so far from the apex
quickly.
on Lesmo?
Hello, Ferrari Civil War, anyone? Go on then. Oh my word, Leclerc. Oh, this is about to get tasty.
Go.
Tifosi v Tifosi.
baby.
Surely it's easy for Leclerc.
Poor old Carlos.
It's fallen apart. How's he not ended up on the podium here?
Oh, Carlos. is
Unless,
still-
no.
He's done it.
Unless,
Lock up Leclerc.
oh,
Charles Leclerc.
Science
Get
go
on
for
the
a
apex.
switchback.
You see how
Oh my God, that's so close.
close.
That was unnecessary.
That was
wasn't it?
so unnecessary.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear mother of God.
He's
got
got him at the inside.
He's on the inside and he locks it.
Oh,
Contact. Front wheel end plate's almost
Shoot.
gone, but Sainz gets back ahead.
Call it off, Fred.
Jesus Christ.
Fred, call it off.
Hamilton's getting Albon. It's kicking off.
Sprinting around the outside.
He's got him, he's got him, he's got him.
Albon.
He's got him.
Yeah,
He's got him. Hamilton's got Albon.
Yeah.
But he
call
needs
it
to
off,
gap him
Fred.
by
He needs
5
to gap.
seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say 5 seconds. He's got to get a
full
move
lap.
on.
Norris is right on the back of Albon
Lando's
now.
here.
Oh my God.
This is the move that Lando needs to make as well.
Oh, jeez. It's fine.
Force him defensive.
fine.
Can he get a
It's
move
all
into Lesmo from here? Oh, he's parked it on the apex.
Yeah, that's smart.
Ferrari's
Very
being
well
told
done.
no risk.
That.
That was a lot of risk. I'm not going to lie.
Call it off, Fred. It's too much.
Nah, it's too much fun. That's what it is.
All
It's
risk
too much
required.
fun for us.
Well,
To be fair, Hamilton is bolting here.
Yeah.
Second a lap though.
No.
He's,
Don't know about that.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Piastri and I see Hamilton get 6 after all that, I'm fuming. I'm fuming.
This looks like Alex is going to.
Oh, this
going
looks
again.
like severe risk.
no
ladies
risk,
and gentlemen.
no risk, my ass. Oh, look at us, Tokyo
He is going
drifting
to be
through
ruining
there.
that lockup.
Big drift there for Leclerc.
Was
That was his time.
No
that
risk.
was it, wasn't it?
One undone.
Good one. Let him race.
decent.
Come on.
Oh,
It's fun. I'm not thinking logically. Just let him race. I'm a fan. First
I am a
and
fan,
foremost.
not a Ferrari employee.
Exactly.
Oh, the glass.
Exactly that. Oh, here we go. Lewis on Alex.
Gracious.
This is a nice move though.
Sexy. Nah, he,
My heart. Yeah, you and me both, Sedan.
he was done before they even started
On
turning
the
in.
outside.
But he knows how to squeeze the guy.
That's
to
the way-
to
well, that's the way
the
you gotta
outside
do
of
it.
that corner, isn't he?
Have we got enough time to see this replay? Because I feel like there's more moves.
No,
I was going to say, maximum risk, please.
Lewis
Agreed.
gets nicely alongside. Very, very
Oh,
alongside.
it's a little tap.
Yeah,
little
yeah.
tap.
Albon was very,
Very
nice.
nice.
there.
Yeah,
Very,
because he knows what
lovely.
happens when he hits Lewis.
Yeah, I know. He always comes out worse.
PTSD.
Science 4.2, sorry. Ahead of
He's
Leclerc.
going to have a go.
Going to be close again.
It is, yeah.
Oh,
Come on.
Fun.
This is,
fun.
it's Risk McGee.
I'm enjoying myself greatly, lads.
Go on,
It's
Leclerc.
such a short DRS zone.
I know.
And if you're enjoying this one, everyone, make sure you like the stream as Science locks up.
Oi, oi, oi.
And subscribe to the channel.
Got to get that in there.
It's still ahead. But I mean, he's locked them tyres. So, both of them
mate.
have.
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
The
both
flat
their
spots
tyres
for
are
days.
screaming. And through goes Russell.
The hat is going to unlap itself.
Yeah, Magnussen's been chilling there, by the way, the entire time, just like
Got a great
waiting.
view.
Frederick, sir. They can talk all they want on the radio. Charles is down
Yeah,
here. He's going through it. Only a couple
course he
laps
is,
left.
of course he
Yeah.
is.
he
Oh,
doesn't care.
Norris ahead of Albon. Why aren't we seeing this?
Oh my God.
Why aren't we seeing this?
I was going to, yeah, why aren't we? Oh, my word.
Look
That
at
trip
her
from
low
Leclerc.
rear
He
end.
loves that rear end.
Yeah, Lando's got Albon.
Oh.
Carlos, call him off, please.
Guys, let me bring it this home.
Yeah. All right, Carlos, mate. How about you drive a bit quicker?
Why aren't we seeing this?
I don't know.
Show me.
Was that just a timing error or something, or
No,
what?
I don't know.
Because the gaps were big, and now it's like half a second. I don't know.
They must be scrapping.
Oh, mate, Carlos is going to be so angry if he gets past here.
Oh my word!
Gosh,
Yeah,
look how
okay.
close.
For the culture. For the
Again.
culture. Come on.
Oh
He
no,
does
lads!
that on purpose.
You know what
Oh,
this
yeah, so
screams of
get
though,
that
boys.
Onto the back straight, right?
Smart.
Ferrari is screaming no risk to Charles. Bring it home on
He
the radio.
doesn't
But he
give
don't
a fuck, mate.
He's taking it into his own hands round the outside. Charles Leclerc.
No chance.
Oh,
such
Sainz
defence.
dives it in
He's
late.
going to get a run.
He's parked it on the apex. To be
Yeah.
fair, Carlos done a really good job
Nobody
again.
is passing Carlos around the outside of that.
Yeah,
corner
yeah, it's
today.
impossible.
Charles gone full dark side today.
Oh my word! Villain arc, Charles Leclerc.
Lap and a half to go.
And
lads.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Bloody no.
Goodness gracious!
Oh, Hamilton's now, what, 4.8 ahead of Albon?
Albon's still ahead of Norris. How?
Him.
Oh yeah, Hamilton's almost gapped Albon.
yeah.
by
Yeah.
half.
Yeah. Albon and Lando battling has like really hurt their chances
Yeah.
of beating Lewis here.
And Piastri replay. Why aren't we seeing Albon Norris?
Piastri v Lawson. Oh goodness!
Oh,
again.
another one.
Oh my god.
Ooh, margins.
That one would have
was
been more
tacky.
on Piastri, though.
That's tight margins there.
Oh,
Leclerc still behind Leclerc radio.
Leclerc's gonna be spitting.
No risk.
No risk.
No risk.
No risk.
No risk. No risk. Just no respect.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Logan
Logan.
Sargent penalty?
What have
What's
you done?
going on, mate?
That's the move on Piastri, wasn't it?
Yeah, it must be.
Causing a collision? When did you do that?
Just now.
Oh.
He's still going. Is he going to go for it? Last chance saloon, mate.
Oh, we're on the final lap.
That's
This is
that.
it. Last chance saloon for Charles Leclerc.
don't
Doesn't
make
look
it,
close enough this time.
He doesn't give a.
Leclerc's Oh my God, no! That is maximum risk, Charles.
That was giving.
Goodness me!
Baku.
Oh my God, he so almost ran into the back of him.
He's chomping at the
Back
bit here
He
to get it
so
done.
almost ran into the back of him.
No risk, yeah.
Just
No
for a
risk.
second, could you imagine
Holy
that had
shit.
actually ended in
Baku.
contact? On the last lap of your home
Charles'
Grand
head's
Prix.
gone. His head is gone.
Love it.
Fuck
That just
it
looked
hell.
like, it looked like Baku.
He switched his radio off.
This.
It was Baku.
This
Danny
is the
Rickon.
Charles Leclerc strategy.
Is it
Yeah, I
not?
don't hate it.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
absolutely love
Right.
this.
Don't hate
We've been
it.
waiting for this all season.
Good luck with the bloody post-mortem and the debrief.
He doesn't care.
Oh my days. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, Max Verstappen's about to win this race, by the way, guys.
yeah, we ain't seen him for 40 laps.
And
To break the record and
Jeez.
win 10 Grand Prix in a row,
God.
beating Sebastian Vettel's record from 2013.
Can we give him a round of applause?
Yeah, I think that deserves.
Can't argue with that, man.
That's
Red Bull,
Max
Max
round.
Verstappen,
that's
GG.
10 in a row.
GG.
Max Verstappen.
keeping the dream alive.
He's done it. Perez, P2.
Oh my word.
What is
Still
going
going
on,
for it.
Charles?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god!
Aye, that Sainz Leclerc debrief is about to be
love that.
hectic. Hectic.
Brilliant.
Oh my days.
Into
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Albon holds on to P7 by the looks of it as well.
Because
Come
every
on.
other lap he's
Come on.
worrying about his tyres,
Sacrificed.
and he's just
Yeah,
like,
he
go for it.
Yeah. Lando's going to run out of time here to get Albon, who's done unbelievably, by the way, to hold on to
Driver
P7.
of the day, Alex Albon for me. Must be.
He stiffed everyone behind him.
Nailed it.
At it, but it is what it is.
Hey, listen, look, he's playing his own race and he gets P7. More points on the board for Will.i.ams.
Will I am.
6 points.
Was he
Bosh.
2.5 off of?
We'll take
Ah,
that.
there you go.
Wow, wow, wow.
Bloody no. How many is he going to do? now?
That race.
That's 2.5, including the penalty.
That race.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Chaos at the end, eh?
Mate, that was great fun.
Holy smoke.
That-
Jesus Christ.
Tell me it's not fun watching the race for anything other than first and second.
I know, I agree. No, when it's like.
That
that was
is
chaos.
about as much as a
That's
non-battle for the win race
Bang.
can deliver.
Can be, yeah.
Chaos. That was.
And especially, like, obviously, you know, Carlos did a good job to hold off Max for as long as he did, to be fair, as well.
yeah.
But he paid the price for it, like we said at the end.
No, yeah, props to Carlos.
That's what happened just then.
Got to go for it, man.
But he got the podium.
He did.
Sainz got the podium in the end. So.
Carlito.
Oh, wow.
Great fun.
That was mad.
That was great fun.
That was very sick. Very sick. I'm kind of glad they didn't come together, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm glad it
were
was
close,
close,
though.
but not.
Not, terminal.
Yeah.
I'm here for chaos, lads. I would have loved it personally.
I'd love to hear that debrief, like fly on the wall in Ferrari after that.
Yeah. Needed.
Please, I beg. Netflix, DTS, if you're about,
yeah.
please get them boom
Please,
mics
please.
over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are they doing like a guard of honor for Verstappen or something for the 10?
Well, look, Max Verstappen wins ahead of Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton 5 and 6. What do you think, Cam, as the resident Mercedes fan? What are you feeling?
I am.
Lewis was coming through at the end and managed to gap his 5-second penalty, which was
there were
fair.
positives in there. The strategy wasn't as bad as I initially first thought, but on that first stint, mate, you want to be fast. You've got to be fast on that first stint. Probably they're arguing that he would have been able to get round, and I hear that.
And
But
he's made 2 places, and if it hadn't been for that contact with
Mate,
Piastri, it would have been further.
mate, I tell you what pains me.
Go on.
I just see that contact. I was like, Lewis shouldn't even be there. He shouldn't. He is, and F1 is a meritocracy ultimately, and I understand that he is there. But in my mind, I'm putting myself in Lewis. He's got to be spitting flames in that cockpit
But then
every
he should have
single
qualified
time.
higher. He qualified 8th when his teammate qualified
All
4th.
right, cool. But he doesn't have the wheels, and we've always said that CPU is an issue for drivers, and he's dealing with a gazillion things, and yada yada yada.
It was a 10th and a half between them in qualifying,
and
which was
that's
4 positions,
and that's
which
not
is
acceptable. So he's had a mare, but Lewis is bloody. He's got the weight of the world on
But
his
also, like,
shoulders.
a 10th and a half between P4 and P8
Is close. Yeah.
I hear you.
It's not like he's been blown away.
I hear you, but Lewis, to defend him, he's got a lot of bloody shit going on. Cars nonsense.
But I don't think that was a car's nonsense.
No, but we've said already the ability for a driver to drive fast is dependent on what he's dealing with outside of.
And also, a little shout out to Valtteri Bottas, P10.
Yeah.
good
My
Point.
goat.
Obviously helped out by Piastri, falling out of the points. P11 for Oscar in the end.
Yeah.
Sergeant Lawson, P12, P13.
Was he probably wasn't that far away from Bottas, actually, because Bottas overtook Sargent, didn't he, towards the end? So he actually, a few more laps, probably would have got a
And say
point.
Bottas started on the hard, so he probably, I imagine he did the same to Lewis, put the medium on,
alternate strategy, yeah.
moved through, made it work. So
He always goes to his missus last, doesn't he?
Race ratings, says Bennett. What are we saying out of 10?
As long as he doesn't go to Helmut Marko first.
Oh my!
So there was the classic. You can't expect an F1 race to be insane throughout. There was the classic lull in the middle where
I'd say the first
we waffle in a bit.
Pretty average, yeah.
Yeah. Say well, Science stayed ahead for what 14, 13, 14.
Yeah.
I mean, when there's not a battle at the front, it can't be more than 8 out of 10, in my opinion.
Those rules.
In my opinion.
They're the rules.
I think that's more than a 7 because
That was like a 7.5 for me. I
like almost out of my seat.
a-
You don't get those moments very often.
I'll give it a 7.
I think I'm almost tempted to give it an 8.
Eight. It could be an 8.
We don't typically do half
point.
points. No,
It could be an 8.
I think I might have to give it
because
an
of the
8.
last few laps.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No,
That is,
no.
It was the last 15 laps,
No,
to be fair.
Cameron, come on.
Techie.
Do you remember the start?
Start was sick.
Yeah.
Jeopardy at the start.
Yeah, you had Sergio Perez as well battling with the Ferraris even before the Ferrari civil war.
You had
as well,
the McLarens coming together.
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
Albon defending like a lion for ages. You had
Lewis
Russell
hitting
defending at the
Piastri.
start from Checo.
You had Perez's
lap after
own
lap.
personal line into turn 1.
That's an 8, man. That's an 8.
Oh,
There was battles like not battles where it was like, oh, you've overtaken and then you just drive off into the distance. It felt like battling lap on lap between the two Ferraris.
And we had Leclerc go AWOL, which is
chaos.
come on.
Yeah, and that was chaos.
That's an 8 for me as well.
5.
I have to say.
5 for Vincent.
I think I'd go
5.
7.
How dare you? Shocker.
I wanted to lean to 7. I'm
think
still
it's
going
7.
7.5
going
by the
8.
feds.
I think I'm going 8 as well. I really enjoyed that.
That was good. It was good. It's a good
That was
race.
a good advert for F1, and they decided just not to focus on Max for the entire race.
Yeah,
was
true.
great.
That was nice, actually.
Yeah,
That
when
was
you
good.
don't focus on Max, it's almost like he's not there and he's not winning.
yeah.
So, he's not dominating because it was the battle for the win.
Don't even see him. You know, bro.
Driver of the day, Yuki Tsunoda.
Oof.
I mean, yeah. Sag of the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bless him. Like you say, to be fair, he lives in Faenza, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So he
it's
doesn't
quick.
live in it.
He's already home.
Yeah, exactly. He's shot off. Driver of the day.
Is Max not a shout given the circumstances for driving?
Probably, yeah. Like realistically, but
Yeah, if you're ever gonna, Max is clearly right up there. But outside of Max, any other drives that really shone for us?
Carlos
Yeah, I
Carlos is
enjoyed
worthy of
Carlos'
some praise.
was
Carlos,
I thought
did well
Carlos's
to-
drive was great from a defensive perspective.
The only disappointment with Carlos is he didn't say that Charles was intimidating him.
inventando.
That's the only thing, like you said about Checo in Austria. That's the only one I'm disappointed about with Carlos.
No,
Otherwise, perfect.
Mr. Albon, worthy of praise.
I don't know. Well,
Russell, cheeky.
Liam Lawson.
So yeah,
Georgia's done all right there.
yeah, I think Lawson P11. You know,
Liam Lawson,
yeah,
he's nice.
yeah.
Given he did a 2-stop as well, he's actually.
I mean, obviously a bit of prop to Albon, right? P7.
Yeah, no, I think
defensive
Albon's
drive
worth
as well.
a shout.
All right, well, let's have a look at our predictions then.
Let us know in the
Oh,
chat as well. You think it's driver of the day?
Terrible.
Oh, it's a bad day from me.
Oh goodness gracious!
I went with my heart and I was disappointed, which, you know, any Tifosi can feel that.
Did I have?
Look at that. Look at that from
We really do stink. I'm not going to lie, by the way. That's spore from us.
We do.
Hey up. Did I put Perez in? Oh, I thought I put Perez.
But Shez cooked, you know. Shez
Yeah,
you cooked,
but
man.
my whole thing was predicated on
Oh,
Leclerc
shit.
finishing ahead of Sainz. I thought that was what's going to happen.
Damn it. I thought
Listen,
I had it now.
You had no faith in Sergio as well. No faith in Checo.
No, none.
None at
whatsoever.
all. But he's delivered.
Look, my top 4 are correct, just in the wrong order.
Yeah, snap. I thought I fucking had that nailed. I'm not even going to lie.
Basically smashed it. Well, boys, that was fun.
That was good.
That was
Great
huge
race.
amount of
Love
fun.
I
that.
enjoyed that. And
Chaos.
we are going to, after this, record the podcast so we can talk all about what happens and any other news stories and little tidbits of information, a little bit of spice, Ferrari spice. We're going to have to talk about that.
It's going to be chaos.
For sure.
Oh yeah, Ferrari Civil War.
Shez, Cameron, thank you so much for joining
having
us.
us.
Appreciate it. Let the people know where they can find you both. You first, Shez.
At Shezmed on Twitter/X.
Ooh.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that.
Dread.
And I'm CameronF1 YT on Twitter and CameronF1 on the YouTubes.
Bosh. Niran, what should they do before they leave?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, first
Should
of
they
all,
do?
you should tune into the podcast that's coming out on Tuesday. We're, as Tommo said, we're going to be filming that in a second, but make sure to like and subscribe. Come on now, we've had an exciting race.
We have.
We've all enjoyed Monza. We've all enjoyed the Tifosi. We've all enjoyed Ferrari carnage. So drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Until next time, we'll see you later, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to go get some food, mate. I ain't eating today.
And also, quickly, comment in the comments below YouTube, Charles Leclerc head loss.
Yes, facts. Yeah.
It was great. Cheers, everyone. Bye.